Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Console Gaming League Apex Legends second qualifier for our Invitational, hosted in conjunction with 301 Gaming. I'm Corbec, joined here in the lovely CGL studios by the wonderful Skate Action on production, and the lovely Llama on commentary, helping us out today. How are you feeling, Llama?
Feeling awesome, ready for another round of qualifiers for teams to try to get into this $1,000 invitational. Ready for a bunch of good gameplay. And how about you?
Oh, good. Big prize on the line, right? A couple thousand. They're up for grabs. The qualifiers here earning themselves some points in this invitational, building their way up to a spot in the qualifier. It is, of course, a kill race format for the day, which means that teams will have a set amount of time, 3 hours, starting at the top of the hour that just passed us here, to rack up as many kills and wins as they can in their games, and collect some points, and then we'll get the tally at the end, and whoever has the most, well, they win. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. But should be some pretty exciting Apex action. Last week we saw some good stuff here. Llama, some interesting play, but and a close finish as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it was 1 point, maybe
Yeah,
not,
it
but
was not much in it
yeah.
at all.
So
Not
yeah,
much in it.
every minute matters for these teams. So we see some good stuff today. Like you said, we did see some weird comps and some weird stuff. So we'll have to see what they're picking today.
Indeed. Well, we're going to transition over to our big board here and take a look at the teams we have for you on this initial blush. We will be changing some of these teams around as the match continues. Once we get a more updated scoreboard, we'll be transitioning some people in and out here. But for now, starting off, we have our sponsors, 301 Gaming, the top left-hand corner, their team competing right there. Top right is No Love Esports. Bottom left, Fish and Esports, and bottom right-hand side is the Incredibles. So those are your initial teams to look at here as we get things going. And speaking of interesting comps, quite a bit of diversity in these compositional setups here at this early stage, Llama.
Yeah, so we didn't really see too much Revenant gameplay last tournament, but we do see Revenant in the bottom right. The Incredibles running that, and also just to say, we do have some decent kills on the board already. 4, it looks like, for No Love Esports, and 3 on the board right now for 301. So these teams looking good to start out, but 301 maybe in a little bit of trouble with one member down in the top left.
I don't mean to get you too excited, but it's your boy Gibby there on the top right-hand corner.
Oh.
We haven't seen much of him of late in our kill races, so it's good to see Gibby getting a little bit of love. But no Gibby last week at all, actually, now that I think about it. So he's back in action here. And some Loba play as well, which I think this might be really the first time that we're seeing a significant or any really amount of Loba play on our streams, which is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see the Jibby. That's awesome. First Jibby that we've seen in a while. But Loba is very interesting. Definitely maybe replacing the Pathfinder, and definitely being able to loot places fast is a huge advantage that team needs. And in the bottom left, it looks like they do have that Bangalore that tried to pop a smoke, and they have a digital threat, so that's not going to work too great.
Unfortunate. Bottom right-hand corner, an early exit there, I believe, in that match for the folks over at the Incredibles. So perhaps not living up to the name quite that much, but hey, they're giving it a go. You can see the teammate there trying to get on the action as well. Not a lot of luck to be had on that. Yeah, it's interesting to see Loba walking out, as it were. Not necessarily kind of the pick du jour of a lot of these kill race formats. It should be kept in mind, right, Llama? We talk about this every time, but it's worth reminding our viewers. The strategy in the kill race, a little bit different than you would see in a regular game of Apex. Perhaps not as survival oriented and far more aggressive. So I would be surprised if we see things like a Caustic or a Watson coming out. Those are the kind of picks that you just wouldn't expect in these sort of setups. Speaking of Watson, one just got hosed on the top right hand corner there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Watson and Caustic really not the most aggressive unless you can really time that Caustic alt grenade really, really well. But other than that, like, I know Loba's kind of medium aggressive, but it can definitely help loot a lot faster, which can help you get more kills.
Yeah, I feel like Loba is an interesting choice. I mean, she has movement abilities, she has the loot speed, right, which is all good. I don't know if I would necessarily put her into a composition over a number of other characters in the game just based on, utility or
Yeah.
what have you. Speaking of utility, there in the top right hand corner, Wraith having to fly out there. I believe that's True Sensei, leaving some teammates behind as well. The Jibby and the
The Jibby
Pathfinder
is
both down.
down. Oh,
Unfortunate.
and oh no, bottom right looks like they did. Their full team is finally eliminated. The Wraith finally died, and the Incredibles 6 kills, so not the worst, but an early exit is not too great to start out for them.
Oh, unfortunate ending there for that squad. Still 6 kills in the bank. I mean, it's not spectacular. It's not terrible either. They will, I think, regret not having those placement points. 301 closing in here on their final ring. They have 3 squads left, currently standing on top of a building, just wildly firing their guns, which is the universal "come fight me" call of Apex Legends there.
Yeah, definitely. They're 3 squads left, so they're in a good position. I believe they have 6 on the board, so really good position for them to take an early lead out in this tournament. Moving up, they do have good shields also, purple, gold, and purple. So I'd watch out for them.
Fortunately, running into one of the kind of maybe common scenarios we see, and it's something that we talk about a lot here because it is impactful on the course of the game, which is that especially on a bigger map such as World's Edge, when you get down towards these final rings, if you killed everybody a little too quickly, there's a lot of space basically that you have to cover. Without the advantage of any sort of radar or UAV or what have you, you could spend a goodly amount of time just hunting for a team. But speaking of hunting for a team, there's one, and wow, you wouldn't even know it. Drowsy turns around there, just lays waste to whatever poor, unfortunate soul tried to push that one out, and Drowsy now popping the shield battery. I think he's got another victim in mind over here as well.
Yeah, but just lasered, and this team, like we said, having really good shields, really good position to push, trying to get this other team down, and then maybe that other team will push right into them because it's only 3 squads left, and hopefully that's their best case scenario, and they can finish this one quick.
Yeah, essentially trying, I think, to bait in the third party almost right there. They do have eyes on where their opponents were, and they will finish off a squad there. You see those bleed outs coming in. Oh, now getting caught in a little bit of crossfire here is Drowsy, and you see the nerf there to the Wraith coming in when she pops the get out right there, which the name suddenly escapes me for some reason, but goes for a runner there. They have that slight delay now in the cast time of that, which is really affects the Wraith's ability to get out quick. Pushing now with low health here, doesn't stop to get the med kit. Presumably thinks that they can just overwhelm whatever they have here. Good shots coming in. It was just a solo, so a solid championship there for our sponsors, 301, to start off our stream. Good job to them.
Yeah, very well done. We'll have to see how many kills they get, but that I think they had 6 on Drowsy at least, so not too bad. 23. Whew.
It's a solid start. It's a solid start to the day. Definitely the way you want to come out. I mean, we've seen 301. They're always kind of towards the top. One of our better teams. I think if I remember correctly from our qualifier last week, though, they do suffer a little bit from some consistency issues, which is kind of what held them back, I think, the most. We're going to transition over to Fish and Esports right now. They're on their top 3 here. 6 kills here for SC Austin, and it's one of our Loba teams. That's Kirby Slay. Pops around the corner there. Just destroys poor Upham 5108. Getting wrecked there by SC Austin. Poor Upham. It's a bad day. He doesn't like it.
Definitely.
Oh, boy.
Jump pad, and they're pushing this final team. Oh, Wraith, though, just deflated, but it doesn't matter.
Pops around the corner, going for the Mirage here. Mirage can't do anything but hide in the corner and die like a cow. Or no, wait, wrong Mirage. Nearly gets bamboozled there. Good turnaround, though. Get the pick there and clearing that out. Kirby Slays popping off, taking the kill leader here late on and popping over the settings menu there for a second. Not exactly sure why. Oh, good. I'm being informed that I'm a little bit behind, which is very exciting.
Yeah, but they take a win and 22 kills, huge, huge for them. So we see two teams on the big board both taking early wins, and No Love Esports in very good position. It looks like this Wraith might be the last one here, and yep, there it is. Another championship, 3 championships on the big board. I think it was 12 kills on the Wraith, so we'll have to see how many they get total here.
A good start indeed for 3 of our teams here on the big board, doing well coming out the gate. That is a funky Gibraltar skin. 23
Nice.
kills there, coming in 2 on the top right-hand corner for No Love Esports. So pretty solid, pretty even across the board. These matches, which is good for them, keeping in the race there, as it were, and solid starts kind of set you up for solid performance on the rest of the half at the very least.
And it looks like Incredibles might be having some player issues, finding some of the players. They might have been disconnected or something like that. So running into trouble early with that really bad first couple drops and without any wins, and now having teammate issues.
Yeah, very unfortunate here. Watching the top left corner, Drowsy with this Mastiff just clearing out this ruined building here, one chunky shotgun shot at a time. It's interesting now to see the Mastiff kind of switching over, taking perhaps the role of the Peacekeeper to a certain extent, and Drowsy actually still going here. You throw that grenade out, thinks he has a target. Get some good damage in there. Might actually finish him off. Nope. Checking the top floor, seeing if they're doing a runner. I think actually Drowsy might have called that one a little bit wrong. We pretty much saw him going the other direction, but that doesn't matter. Drowsy gets him around the corner. Solid kill there indeed, and pops around and finishes it off. And Drowsy with this friggin' Mastiff is just clearing the house quite literally here. That's his 3rd or 4th kill in the time that we've been watching him with this gun. Really focusing in on it. Absolute masterclass going on right here in shotgun usage. Still got one in here, though. Still looking. He's got a teammate down. There's another knock. Why not? Add more to the kill total. Line. Oh,
dang.
Unfortunate. But you can see those damage numbers there in that final screen. The man really chonking away. Unfortunately, his squad gets eliminated. They do get 5 kills, all of them Drowsy, but still a bit of a abrupt exit.
I mean, that was a really fast match. So still 5 kills is really good, and that was really good shotgun shots. But couldn't finish it off there, which is a little bit sad. And it looks like still bottom. The Incredibles still having trouble finding their 3rd.
You unfortunately with the Mastiff do, I think, feel that range a little bit more. I feel than the Peacekeeper. It just feels like it does get a bit more gate kept in a lot of situations. The bottom left-hand corner, though, some good shooting going on there. Don't know if I'm still delayed on that stream. You see the flatlining coming into action there. I see Austin clearing out the factory here, getting a couple of solid picks. Top right corner still kind of on the hunt. Looking at some very trippy purple lights right now, or pink lights.
Yeah, definitely, and looks like I think we're going to be switching out the Incredibles for a different team here, just because they really can't find their 3rd, having some issues early. Not the best.
Indeed, yeah, it looks like we will update the big board there, just rotate out a team. Gonna bring in Kamikaze Neophytes there in the bottom right-hand corner now to replace the Incredibles. Hopefully they're able to get their stuff sorted out so they can get back in this race. Do feel bad having them suffering a little bit, but you know, these things happen.
Yeah, it just stinks, when your 3rd gets like disconnected, has to restart their Xbox or whatever console it is, and or if somebody left, if they didn't get fully to the tournament, and now you have to go find another teammate or something like that. So
yeah, unfortunately, just kind of the nature of the beast here with these lands, and a rough ending there in the top right-hand corner for True Sensei and the crew at No Love Esports. Kind of coming in and instantaneously getting wiped, so a bit rough coming off of their more spectacular finish.
Yeah, definitely. Gibraltar, they're still running the Gibraltar, so
they'll queue right back in. I guess the only advantage of that is a pretty fast game, all things considered.
yeah, looks like 301's dropping back in, and they just take one down really quick with that L-Star. One of the more underrated guns, I think, this split is the L-Star.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. The L-Star definitely has some advantages. I think just in general, energy weapons maybe not very popular
Mhm.
among a lot of players for kind of any number of reasons, truth be told. I think they generally tend to feel just a little bit weaker than a lot
Yeah.
of the bullet guns. But yeah, definitely the L-Star, not a bad shout in any situation. And you can see actually Drowsy with this Havoc and with that L-Star really doing a good job, and the recoil control there he has on the Havoc is just spectacular, truth be told.
Yeah, amazing shots from that. Really nice hip fire and just cleans up there. Two more, but there is another squad here. They only have white, so could be a good push for them to take like top right. They're still running with the Gibraltar. Respect it.
Indeed. Well, we'll see how they can pull this one out. Meanwhile, top right-hand corner, dropping back in is No Love Esports. Bottom left-hand corner, a little bit of an engage with the lifeline there. You see that lifeline shield coming out from the drone, so going for a revive is that lifeline. And one of the biggest, perhaps, changes in the most recent patch is the buffs to lifeline, her ability to use her drone to kind of res independently of her. Has really proven to be a boon and kind of led to a resurgence in the character. Last week, I think we saw a ton of Lifeline play. This week, perhaps not so much.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a huge help if you're not as like aggressive as a team or not as you're not feeling good about it as excuse me, you're not feeling good about the push. A lifeline is good to have just in case one of your teammates goes down. You can just pop that res without even doing anything.
That's a good clean finish in the bottom left-hand corner there. Speaking of Lifeline, chunking up kills here on a Lifeline and the teammate she was rezzing. SC Austin doing a great job there, kind of holding this tight space down here in the tunnel. Does have to res a teammate in a second, though, but will take time to finish off the squad. And that was a huge amount of kills, bigly kills right there coming in, and the pressure not quite stopping there. You see Austin's shields drop right away, has to pop behind cover, get that shield cell out because they're getting pressed by yet another team.
Yeah, that tunnel is such a rough area to be in just because like everyone can hear it. There's only two entrances, so they are getting pushed by
Right.
another team, and we're gonna go full screen, I believe, on sports.
Well, you don't have to be Stonewall Jackson to know you don't fight in a basement, as it were, Llama here, but we are indeed watching them fight in the basement right now, and they are getting pushed. I will say, though, it's a very half-hearted push from this other team. You see SF Void there taking some shots early on. Great little bit of positioning there by their opponent, actually, up on the high ground. Doesn't do him any good, though. Immediately turns around, lasers him down. There comes the Wraith Portal out. Don't think they're going to take the opportunity to pursue there. Looks like Austin's just going to pop some shield cells and hold on. Void maybe popping out there at the entrance, taking a look-see, and they'll wipe that squad as well. So great job, and 9 kills there coming in for Austin.
Easy.
316.
Yeah, just cleaning up here. This could be a really good game if they continue this. Was it 6 squads left? So very close to the end here for 4 squads. My bad. Yeah, really good. Red, purple, and gold. That is just probably they're really good position right now. So take this. So anybody that fights them is gonna have to fight 2 golds probably because SF will probably pick up that other gold too.
What a color scheme. Red, gold, red. There we go. My old alma mater colors. Look at that. From high school.
Ugh.
Never liked that color scheme, to be fair. Austin 316 charging forward now, lead the charge there on the Octane, as we would kind of expect. Octane, I think for a lot of people, and we said this last week as well, actually, has kind of come into his own as sort of the replacement for Pathfinder, the poor man's Pathfinder, after the most recent path nerfs. Namely his ability kind of to get that double jump off the jump pad is severely, or significantly, I should say, increasing his mobility.
Yeah, definitely. It's huge. It can allow you to turn midair. It can allow you to do so much things. And the problem with the jump pad was the height on it. And now like you can get so much verticality off of it that you could from the Pathfinder grapple too.
You see Kirby coming in there with the Loba bracelet over the top, and then the quick teleport on the back edge. SF Void following up there as well. Doing some good slide running there is the team. Gotta love it. Speaking of jump pad, he does have it. He will throw it out there. It's a incredibly good yeet there by Octane. Great upper body strength as he comes over the top. And sure enough, there's a squad right there on their sights. Out comes the Arcstar almost immediately, looking for those shots. Austin getting damage in on the outside edge. Some poor person trying to get an off angle there, learning that maybe that's not the best plan. Now they continue pushing forward here. No, Austin stops, grabs the light ammo real quick. One questions whether he even needs it, actually, to be honest, Llama, the way that he plays. That smoke, though, that's not theirs. So I don't know if that came from the team that they just annihilated or if that was somebody else. They don't seem particularly hassled here, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That team really just got deleted really fast. And double-digit kills here on Austin, so really good position to take a championship and put themselves even further ahead in this tournament here.
Does make me laugh sometimes. I mean, when we think about it, a lot of these people obviously wouldn't know that they were like they were on stream.
Yeah.
Some poor Overwatch, or some poor, sorry, not Overwatch, some poor or Apex Legends team just coming out trying to have a good time, and then Austin, Kirby, and Void show up and just curb stomping from the dirt. Oh, tragic.
Yeah, very sad. Very sad.
I can empathize because I would usually be the person getting stomped into the dirt, so I know how that feels. I would have watched that Arcstar come in with just the slow inevitability of the heat death of the universe. Nothing I could do about it. Kirby there taking the high ground, Austin up here as well. And again, we're kind of in the hunt stage, and this is the problem we were just talking about earlier, especially on World's Edge. It is a fat map. It is a very big space that you have to cover.
Yeah, 100%. And looking for teams that it takes up time that you could use in other matches. So, but they really need this win. So, gotta find this other team. Could be just a single solo chilling, hiding, because they can't really do anything.
We have seen that before, actually. I think we did on World's Edge a couple of tournaments ago. Watch one team hunt a lifeline for about 10 minutes before they finally found that particular medic. Brought them down, and now doubling back the other way, and really there's only so much they can do here. Kirby there with the ping. I don't know if that's indicative of them finding something. I swear I just saw tracer fire going across the top left of the screen, but maybe I'm imagining things. I don't know.
Maybe.
Ooh.
There's the pings.
It's the red. That's the red ping. That's what you want to see. Great throwback there, actually, Llama. It's very clever. Throw the jump pad back there. Give him a little bit of room. Kirby Slays has targets for sure. He's firing in a definitive direction. You can see the enemy firepower coming out there as well. Kirby Slays taking some cover. That is the scantiest of cover there, but that's okay.
They're going to push this other team. There was triple take shots on them, so they got to be careful running across open in this bridge. But, really nice shot out.
Oh, yeah, you need to be careful unless you're a literal newborn god at the game, and that's exactly what we saw right there. You'd think that 301 was the best gun ever invented, the way this man uses it. Look, he comes over the top again. Austin actually just pressing up, whipping out the Pathfinder now, going in for the close-range kill. I think trying to, completely shuts him down on the slide. Was going to go in there for the execution, doesn't even need to. It's a solid championship. The minute they found their target, Llama, it was curtains for that other team.
He slid out of the drone EMP and then killed the crypto. Oh man, that feels bad.
Beautiful slide too, and there's beautiful shots on that slide to really make it count here as we'll transition back to our big board. And we have a couple of teams approaching the end game here. We're just going to pop over to Kamikaze Neophytes. They are down to their last two squads here. 3 kills on the board for Buddha Gaming, who doesn't have a quite full Evo shield, though. That is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, they don't have too many kills on the board that we can see right now. So, but yeah, there is people here.
There they go. A good sonar ping coming out there from the Bloodhound. And last week we saw a lot of Bloodhound play. Might have actually been one of our most played heroes. EMP coming over the top there. Looks to try and shoot the drone. Gets a couple of hits on it. Don't know if he brought it down. I think he might have done. Buddha Gaming, though, looking for the target. There they are. Mirages everywhere. Not a Mirage. That's very much an Octane, and they're just getting hosed in this close-range gunfight. Out come the shots on the backside there, and that's a lot of enemies pushing forward, using this shield, trying to block out Sweetheart as best they can. The pressure's
Oh
still in, still
no.
hard though. Sweetheart ducks, dives, dodges,
Oh,
comes over the top, and can't finish it off. And that's an
dang.
unfortunate exit there for the boys from Kamikaze Neophytes.
Yeah, we saw the life on the other team go for that res, and we knew the Wraith had to push it or she loses. So it was a 2v1 already, and she has to push, or it's gonna become a 3v1. So just missed shots and some other stuff. Maybe that non-full Evo kind of helped for them, or helped them lose that there, since he didn't have that little extra bar of shield. But yeah, like you said, I mean, 10 kills, not the worst, but not great for a long game.
Yeah, unfortunately, 10 kills there, second place finish. I mean, you would almost hope that a first place finish would have evened that out a little bit, but no, 2nd place, not spectacular. I mean, we won't knock it too hard. They got to second place. They will get a handful of points for it, but still, I think that could have been a much better conclusion there for them.
Yeah, definitely. I think that they lost 3 kills and first place there. And as we're saying, that 301 in the top left just takes another win here. We'll have to see how many kills. I wasn't paying attention, but another good win for them. I think that's 2 for both of our left teams here.
Yeah, that was a good finish there for them. Let's take a look at their kill total coming up just now. 32. Wow.
Ooh.
Woo! Hot diggity damn.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a
man.
significant number. Bigly kills there coming out on the side of 301 Gaming. Gonna have to stack that one up. That's gonna drive them pretty far out in first place right now, I think, based on what we've seen so far on the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely. And some really good grapples coming out from No Love Esports. We see the Pathfinder, the only one left. But that is just a huge game, 32 kills. And a win will put them at 2 wins and probably in a good first place spot, or at least contending for that. And it's huge. 30 is a lot. I feel like we rarely see people get over 30.
No, we don't. We do rarely see people get over 30. I would honestly say we rarely see people get over 25, really, if you're trying to list a break. So it's a huge game there for 301, really propelling them towards the front of the field. And again, those are the kind of big performances you want to see. But I will once more add that caveat. I mean, we did see 301 come out popping last week on a couple of games, and then they would kind of follow up with a little bit of goose egg. So let's see if maybe this week they're a little bit better positioned to hold on to their consistency here.
Yeah.
Great double jump illustration there. A great jump illustration there by Austin in the bottom left-hand corner, flying up to the top of this building and really showing off what that jump pad can do in this day and age.
Yeah, and like you said, 301 does have that consistency problem, but we also did see them lose steam on World's Edge. So maybe it was just the map. Maybe it's that part of the tournament. So it could be that they do even better on Kings Canyon and they take first because they stay consistent, or maybe it's just this tournament format that 10-minute break really destroys their consistency and momentum.
Keep in mind, I believe it's only 60 players in the lobby, so you get 32 kills. That means you've killed more than half of the lobby, just the 3 of you, which is really something. That's just absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And like you said, we rarely see 30, and already 301 putting themselves into another fight here at Sorting Factory. P2020 shots for Drowsy, and almost killing someone, and oh man.
Spicy little sidearm action there, doing a great job. Stops to pick up the longbow off the back of that. Then he'll switch back over to the P2020 there, started using that shield cell as well, just building up. His teammates, though, struggling just a little bit, so he kind of needs to close back in on them relatively quickly here and see if he can't get some support. Even as I say that, pops a corner. Good quick shot there with the longbow. Needs to confirm at least one more, though, I think, to knock that target down to about half health. No shields. Rez is coming in on the other side, and looks like we'll really use that Wraith ability to just get out reposition and retake the fight. And perhaps one of the most interesting aspects of Wraith's new teleport is it does seem very effective in these kind of 1v1 situations for just allowing solid repositions and resets, which is exactly what we're seeing right here. Those longbow shots coming in just can't quite connect there as another burst of sonar comes out. Still looking, unfortunately, Bangalore down again, and oh, these longbow shots not really there. There we go, finally. And he gets one more clip there, but he's running low on ammo, and he will switch over to the P2020 here. Not a lot of choice on the back end. They have, unfortunately, I think, nope, can't quite get him, and he will go down. That is unfortunate there, and
that's close.
that's exactly what we were talking about. 5 kills coming out there on the deck there for 301, finishing 11th place. Fortunately, I feel like that was pretty fast there, Llama. That was a quick exit.
Definitely, it was definitely fast. I mean, they landed in sorting. They took down a full team and then more. So, not the worst ending for them. I mean, it was a super fast game and they get to requeue, but it isn't on first place. So, we'll see.
We shall see indeed. Looking back in the bottom left-hand corner, shots on there for the crew at Fish and Esports as they try and push up through these storage containers. Looking for the target, and you see this good little flanking route there. Doesn't even need it, though, at the end. Already knocked them down. Early start here in the top right-hand corner for No Love Esports, who are in. Ooh, hello. There's that L-Star you were talking about in action right there.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely hit super hard. Its hip fire is really nice, and they use that lifeline res to get everybody back, and they got good shields prepared to go into the next fight now. And 301 in the top left looks like they're going to be dropping back in after that quick exit in sorting. And then bottom left, Vision looking good on body shield, and they have about 7 squads left, and also 7 squads left for Kamikaze also. So a lot of teams in the mid game here, seeing if they can probably catch up to 301, who with those 2 wins in that 30 kill game is probably in really good position to take one of the top spots.
Have to assume that they've pushed out pretty far in the lead there. Obviously, we won't know for sure. EMP going off on the bottom left-hand side. That'll full catch Austin up there on the high ground. Unfortunate indeed, that drone still in the area, still being a pain as they'll jump here and take that zip line across. Out comes the Arc Stars, throwing those up into the container, and yeah, he'll reverse away from that. I was going to say, he better not run straight into it as he closes in here, tries and get some shots on. Won't, I think, quite finish off that target before they kind of teleport away here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. There, looks like actually Kamikaze got eliminated in the bottom right with another early exit. 4 kills, 7th, so kind of a mid-game exit and not the most kills, so that could be a really, really at-bat game for them.
It's worth pointing out here, too, that I think we are having a little bit of problems with our leaderboard at the moment. It might not be updating due to some connectivity issues, so if you can currently access the leaderboard, don't freak out. Still about just a little under 2 hours and 20 minutes left in the tournament. I assure you, we will have an accurate understanding of scores, and as you're reporting, we are keeping track of them. It is just, as I understand it, the display of the leaderboard. In the bottom left-hand corner, shots on, trying to pop these purple shields. Looks like they just might about done it there. You know, switch directions real quickly, and that kind of target acquisition is a thing of envy. Llama in this day and age, I must say.
Yeah, he might be a computer with that target tracking.
Are you accusing him of being the Terminator? Is that
maybe?
Is that what
I
we're
mean,
saying?
he can use that octane stimuli once and not get hurt. I mean, why is he not a robot?
He has to. He has. That's true. Never seen him and the Terminator in the same room. Very true indeed. You know, you never know though. I mean, maybe he has to kill Sarah Connor in a video game. Full screen here going in on Fission Esports. Gonna just take a solid look at what's going on. Shots just coming out here wildly. Austin, I think, just trying to lure enemies in. The siren song of random gunfire on the Apex map there.
Yeah, he's gonna
trap
use
for the
that
unwary.
awesome upper body strength and
God, he really
throw that
does.
octane pad super far.
He yeets that or the overhand throw. Like, God, he really gets it. Pops the stim juice there as well. Why not? Charging forward. Now just firing again. Those single shots. Got to appreciate that he conserves ammo even as he tries to lure people in. Admirable. In so many respects. Taking the blue nuts there.
They did split off here, so we've seen teams get hurt from this before, from splitting off, but looks like they'll meet up and still they see nobody here. So
for a long time, this was like the strat, though, right? When Pathfinder was still kind of before the Pathfinder nerf and before the Wraith nerf, you used to see the Pathfinder Wraith combo run quite frequently, with the idea being that kind of that you would split up, the Wraith and the Pathfinder would go separate ways, and then just based on movement ability, you could easily close back in on either one, right? To come in as fast as possible and help when they ran into contacts. And kind of maybe the same thought process here, though maybe lacking a bit of the mobility.
Yeah, definitely. And they were those enemy pings were not actual enemies. They were just pinging each other, messing around and doing whatever. But
frenemy pings.
Yes, definitely. Moving back into train yard, trying to find these. Still 4 squads left and a duo squad. So we'll see if they can find a team. They searched like everywhere by now, but they haven't seen anybody just yet.
Yeah, they really have had no luck, and it's actually quite surprising. I mean, it's 4 squads left. It's not like they're just hunting one squad or one solo or anything like that. This is a lot of teams to kind of be so quiet. And sure enough, they might actually have a little bit of action there. I do believe I saw a little silhouette of someone sliding across that zip line, and they will go up. Austin now on the run, popping the stim juice there, just trying to get up and underneath. It's a bit of an awkward position for this fight, though, all things considered. Llama, not the best place to be.
No, it's really not. If they're in that top container, when you take that rope too, you just get fried, but they will get into one of the top containers, but they can't really go across that middle rope and push them at all. So not really much they can do unless they get on the roof of the other house and maybe jump pad up is maybe their only option.
They did indeed, I think, see the charge rifle shots coming out there as well, so a little bit unfortunate. And almost looks like maybe a potential disengage here. They're going to, I think, focus on another team that they saw lurking over here on the outside edge. And sure enough, Void has found a squad. Austin sliding into danger, will jump back behind the rock there, though. Pops the shield battery almost immediately, or shield cell, I should say. Just trying to reload a little bit. And keep it together. They still have that team on the middle area there, though, on those storage containers, keeping a look at them there. You see the Mirage popping the ability there and scattering to the 4 winds. And the pressure, though, coming straight on Austin. No fear, no hesitation on these gunfights. Pops the corner and blasts away.
Yep, that's just what he does. You got to watch out for Austin. He's the Terminator, I think, now. I mean, I don't know what else we can say.
That's for sure. Frags like nobody's business. Up here on the top deck now, Austin again leads the charge there with the Octane stim popping up, going over. A little bit of terrain mantling there for you. Gonna come around, I think, the backside of the storage container. Oh god, he's on the roof. Look out. That's not Santa Claus. That's Octane.
No.
Octane with an R99, waiting patiently. All the patience of a predatory shark here, and all for naught. His opponent trying to run there on the zip line. He'll chase him down. Now he's getting caught out, though. In the midst, you see the charge rifle beam flash past Austin's face as his life flashes before his eyes there, and he'll hit the ground as fast as I can say it. Now close in on this poor solo individual here who got split off from the rest of the squad. And those charge rifle shots still coming in, but not enough to salvage the teammate of these guys who are stuck up here in that storage container. Now Austin going in again. Just look at the pure speed coming out from the Octane. Up on the zip line, straight to the top.
He does not care.
He does not care. He full sends it here into, I believe, is a lifeline. There's that other squad, and they can't do anything as Void and Austin just combined to gun them down. Well played, all out, and we see there too that Void now has 8 kills, putting them solidly in the kill leader position. In addition to Austin's 7, that's 15 on the board.
Yeah, definitely. That's really good kills. Octane pad chucked again. This other last team has been pinged out. So they're at least 15.
Straight in and over. Oh no! Finally, Fortune did not favor the bold on that one, and Austin will get knocked. Hopefully the team is able to res him. I'm not sure what that Bloodhound was doing out there by himself. Loba dropping him there for a second. Mirage on the outside edge, popping the ultimate. Oh no! Mirage, I think, got the bamboozle off there, and that'll take Loba down as well. Now somebody else on the outside edge, looks like a Bloodhound, just trying to clear the decks as it were. They need their third to really pop off here. I don't know if they'll even be able to get back up and save them, kind of combining their shields there to eat some of this damage. Unfortunately, not a lot they can do but just back up and pray at this stage and see if Void can somehow salvage this situation. Oh, the grenades are coming in now, and that'll be Kirby call there for Austin, and you have to feel like there's not a lot that Kirby can do either. We'll just switch
Kirby
back here.
Oh, the port, though. Could maybe get res. No, they both go down. Ouch.
Too late, too late. All right, Void, show us what you can do. Out comes the R99. Great shots in on the Bloodhound. Knocks the Bloodhound. He might get the Mirage as well. Pulls out the Mastiff. Trying to get the shots at distance. Can't quite land it. Only 13 damage. He's going to need more than that. Quick reload, quick reload. And he gets it. Well done, Void.
Nice. Good clutch up. Wow. Got that Bloodhound, and then those long-range Mastiff shots. Got the Mirage, and then finish out the Bloodhound with the self-res, and just really, really clean. Good cleanup by Void.
Void, the lone warrior there, carrying his team through to a championship and a solid 21 kills.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, nothing like the 30 we saw from 301, but another win and another 20-plus kill game is giant for them.
You're going to switch over to No Love Esports here. 3 squads left in their match. Tight gunfight here on the interior. Switching quickly from the flatline to the 301. Doesn't quite make it stick. True Sensei will rotate out, get the shield cell. His team, fortunately, there to clean up. And 10 kills on the board here for True Sensei in this one with just 2 squads left in the match.
And it says Big Papa has 12 right now, too. So they have at least 22 kills. And it looks like they switched off the Gibraltar. Sadly, Big Papa switched to the Lifeline instead of running the Gibraltar, which, you know, we hate to see, but Gibraltar not the most aggressive character, so, you know, it's understandable.
Not really Big Papa anymore, is he? Tragic. We'll see here what they can muster. It does look like they've got that squad.
Mm-hmm. This is it. Like, they're on the icicles, though, so maybe not the best push. They're going to push. They're going to split push, I think, here. Go around. Big Papa is a little bit hurt here, but they do have that lifeline, so they can res if one of them does go down. So I think they lost sight of that other team. They were up on those icicles. And actually, now they see him. R3 one-shots come out and breaks that full purple Evo off of Pathfinder.
Yeah, good little rotate there from True Sensei. Trying to get around on the outside edge, basically following up on the backside of the rotation from the enemy team. He'll press forward now, and not exactly ideal. They'll use this jump pad here to reposition just a little bit. Comes right back on this Pathfinder, knocks him, and that's an easy peasy lemon squeezy championship right there for True Sensei.
Yeah.
Sensei, good God, True Sensei. What am I doing? What is going on? We're not even an hour in. Whew.
Yeah, 3 more wins on the big board again, and we'll have to see. Ooh, 29. Whew, almost
game. Fat game.
Huge, huge game. I think Big Papa might have been stealing a few kills there, but maybe.
Knock up one big W there. That's exactly what they needed. That's the kind of thing that'll help them compete this one out. And all these teams looking pretty fire here to start us off. Some fierce competition at the beginning of this.
Yeah, I think Kamikaze a little bit behind these other 3 teams, but definitely 301, probably in a commanding, maybe not, maybe 10 points or so ahead of the other teams, but still they got to keep up the consistency if they want to try and take first in this qualifier here, as they're pushing another team with 3 squads left, and they are just getting kills after kills. 2 squads left. Final squad, and they're on 8 kills on the board. So 301 looking really good.
Yeah, 301 is looking quite spicy. There they've been playing at a pretty good clip. I think we've seen 1 or 2 maybe kind of bum games coming out from them, but in general has been really solid across the board. Thank you, Skate Action DJ, for your Twitch Prime subscription. Much appreciated, as is tradition. Drowsy here pushing up now. Only 2 squads left in this match. Just wants to get in and get that final confirmed kill, and you can hear them kind of chit-chattering there as they try and figure out where their opponents might be. And World's Edge being a bit of a bane at the moment, really, truth be told.
Yeah, they could be just chasing that solo lifeline that we saw in that other tournament that just really they just hide out and really don't know what to do. So it really hurts them on time. So they got to split up, try and find this one. But it also does hurt them if it is a full team. I think they see maybe a lifeline package up here that might not be theirs. So that could be the other team up here.
Yeah, my stream is lagging just a little bit, unfortunately. So
good. Drowsy, and they do have really good shields. Gold, red, also pretty amazing. I think the sonar detect comes out for the Bloodhound, and they're going to push up this final team, Drowsy and Co, trying to get this another win. I think it'll be their third if they take this one. But moving around the truck here, Purple cracked off from Drowsy. Really good R9 shots working there. And going to keep on pushing up here into this house. Really good cracks again. Drowsy, wow. And oh man, lifeline though really hurt. Literally 1 health, 1 tap, and assist comes out. So they did kill 1. It's gonna be a 3v2, and 1 will go down. And there it is. Wow, another championship for 301. I think that's their 3rd today. So putting them in a really good spot here.
indeed, his recoil control just on that R99 is really something to admire. Absolutely magical there on the recoil. Thumbs of a god.
29 again. That's just
huge game for 301.
Yeah.
301 setting a blistering pace this morning in the kill race.
Yeah. We will rotate out back here to the big board and see how our other team's doing. It looks like Fission Fission might be in a little bit of trouble with only their Wraith left, and top right we have a No Love in approaching their mid game. We also have Kamikaze kind of in there later to mid game with no kills on the board though. So like we said though, Fission is going to be in a little bit of trouble with the Octane down and the Loba down. So Wraith must have to clutch up, and they will get the res on the Octane. Drop that new mobile respawn beacon that has been just recently added, so they won't have to go back into sorting for it. So
it's funny, actually, that they have to throw the mobile respawn beacon. I mean, it's worth pointing out that on King's Row, or not King's Row, good God, not anywhere close to that, World's Edge, there are 30 beacons on this map, actually, in addition to the portable beacons. So, good Lord.
Yeah, they could have gone back to the one in sorting, but I think they knew that the team was right there, so why not drop it down, not really waste too much time. It is really loud, so the dropping of the beacon and the res, so
yeah,
very interesting choice, but they get it down, they get their teammate back, that's all that really matters. And as we say, that 301 gonna drop back in after that really amazing game. Like, they've had 2 almost 30 bombs today.
Yeah, they've done really well over the top, and, you know, hopefully they can keep that up. They might just let them do that here as they drop in. Meanwhile, bottom left-hand corner, there's a Octane riding the wave down with the rest of the team. 8 squads left in that match, 7 squads on the other side, and 7 squads on the top right there. Both these guys trying to build towards their natural conclusions. Though I will say, in that bottom right-hand corner for Kamikaze Neophytes, that's a little unfortunate. There's 6 squads left, and I don't think there's a single kill to the credit of Buddha here.
There's no kills, not really in this. Oh, yep, got the squad away, but not really too many for this mid game. So they have to really speed this game up and get some more kills. So we gotta see what happens. But 301 just dropping back in here also.
I think our producer is now ahead of us in terms of streams, because he either that or he's really good at predicting when Buddha is gonna get kills. One or the other. Yeah, definitely the latter. You're gonna have to pass us some messages from the future there, maybe lottery numbers or something like that. As in the top left corner, we see Drowsy throw a Watson into the Wraith portal.
Actually, go tell us what the
Unfortunate.
new Apex map is gonna be. That'd be better.
Yeah, there you go. Tell it that's it exactly. What will the theme be this time? Fire, ice, fire. Um,
Yeah.
Different elements entirely. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that, Llama? You
I
any
don't know.
guesses?
So we did have the anybody that the new map was kind of announced called Olympus, where it's gonna be Lifeline and Octane's home. So we don't really know too much about it, but ice would be really cool. Maybe like a more like something that like affects mobility, like something that like actual ice. If you were to walk on it, it would do something. I know that could be interesting.
So it is Lifeline and Octane's home, correct? Or like
Hmm.
home arena. See, now that makes me think that maybe it'll be something more, I don't know, like tropical, just the way those characters are
Yeah.
themed and the way that they kind of interact and stuff with the other characters. It does make me wonder if it'll be somewhere a little bit more tropical or kind of jungly. We did see on it makes me think of, what was it, back in Titanfall. One of the maps in Titanfall had kind of an almost sort of jungly island vibe to it. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but actually be quite an interesting map. Like a series of like an archipelago or something, a series of islands would be pretty cool. I would be totally down for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think maybe they experiment a little bit. It'd be cool to see like a area that would have like different gravity, so it'd be like different movement, different
Yeah,
shooting or something like that. So I don't
that
know.
would
We'll
be.
have to see it. Got 29 days left in this season and on this map. So
Well, see their unbridled creativity in action. I mean, they do, I think, have that studio now that's entirely dedicated just to Apex.
yeah.
So we'll see what they can muster up there. And speaking of mustering up, in the top right-hand corner, True Sensei and the crew there, absolutely clearing out a team that had a Gibraltar right there. We saw the dome coming out; it didn't avail them whatsoever. Now
Yeah,
just
really
taking
sad.
time to loot. Yeah, it's always sad to see a Gibby go down. He's the hero we deserve, though perhaps not the hero we need at this particular juncture. In the bottom left-hand corner, Austin is on 3 squads left, 8 kills in the bank there. So a good game coming out from Fish and Esports, and we'll see if they can close this one out. Looks like they're kind of just in the hunt rotation phase with 3 squads left. Top left corner, 10 squads in there for 301 Gaming, are representing our sponsors for this invitational. They're ponying up the majority, I think, of that $2,000 prize pool. For those of you who are kind of unfamiliar with the way that the invitational qualifiers are working, we had our qualifiers last week. We have our qualifiers this week. And they will be basically getting points awarded based on where they land on the leaderboard at the end of this 3-hour period. And you have to meet a certain threshold of points to qualify for the invitational, kind of the final. That will be top 16 teams there, qualing in a more head-to-head format. So not this wide open kill race. Instead, 2 teams basically squaring off against each other in a similar but functionally more competitive, I would say, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and it's a huge prize at stake, $2,000 prize pool. So really does matter your placement. The higher you place on these qualifiers, the easier your path to that prize money will be.
Very true indeed. I mean, you want to get a good seeding, right, going into that final 16. And bottom left-hand corner now, not particularly good there. Austin maybe biting off just a little bit more than he can chew as this Gibraltar pushing up on him. His teammates are there to help it out as Gibraltar throws out the grenade. Ooh, mortar fire going to come down right on top of Void there, who's doing their best to weave in and out of the damage that is being dealt, and Void kind of just going for the reset. Unfortunately, cannot push forward and get the res, and this could be a bad situation here for the folks from Fish and Esports. I think we've seen them go out like this in the past. Void just trying to hold it together as that sonar comes in, and it looks like the third squad might be moving in to get the ubiquitous third party there. As the Wraith Portal does come out, and that'll need to be real quick and real well placed there, Llama, to get them out of this danger.
Yeah, they're in the ring too, so 4 seconds of both ends in the ring, and that portal will disappear. So a really bad spot. We did see 301, one of their members go down, but they're fully back up. Now, No Love Esports, after that bad exit, is dropping back in here to sorting. And we do have, it looks like Kamikaze is entering this late game with 3 squads left, but not much kills for them. I don't know if that's, if they haven't been able to really find that many teams or haven't been playing too aggressive here, but it seems like they're not getting as many kills as usual.
No, I agree that they aren't. I had to clean my glasses here for a second, so really just seeing some aggressive pixels on screen at the moment, but looks like pixelated Apex for you.
Yeah, and
There we go. We'll go full screen on Kamikaze here and see how they finish this out.
yeah, Fission Esports did go down, I believe, 22 kills. So they didn't get a first, but a pretty good kill game for them. Like you said, back full screen here on Kamikaze, sitting in this tunnel, maybe waiting for a team. Just with that PK, just sitting, waiting. Maybe somebody comes around the corner and he can bop them. It's kind of weird. They're not actually looking for a team. They're waiting for a team. So maybe just, I don't know. It's interesting for them, as like we see all the other teams go around and try and chase the other teams. This Kamikaze are trying to wait and see if maybe a team will walk through here.
And hope, and sure enough,
It worked.
Patience is a virtue, and the patient hunter there getting some shots in what might be perhaps the most staid and sedate team fight we've seen in some time. A very gentlemanly affair, all things considered. Very Napoleonic, kind of just squared off against each other and started shooting. And I'll come in here and try and finish this one off, and the devotion, no help there at all. Oh, poor Panda Cuban anime criminal.
Oh, but they're getting pushed by the other team in tunnel. This might not work out for them. He's got to pop. Buddha's got to pop a Phoenix, and it looks like Sweetheart and Panda really low. And oh man, they just get ripped. Ouch.
The heavenly party. Buddha not coming through. Is that Revenant throwing those? I don't even know what we want to call them. Those anti-life orbs over the top. Ooh. There. Oh, there's that lifeline coming into full swing, though, getting a good res in. Buddha Gaming popping around the corner here, getting some shots off on the Peacekeeper, so they've got 2 knocks. I think they're just hunting. Yeah, sure enough, just that Revenant, but he'll get him, and he'll get him on the other side. Well done, the teammate stepping up big there to close it out.
Very good. Very well done. I mean, they got really surprised off that push. Really lucky that that lifeline had gold backpack with getting the Pathfinder up with that much health.
Well played indeed.
Mm-hmm. To see how many kills.
Ooh, only 9 kills though. That's
yeah. It's a long game. That was a long game too. So I don't know. It just seems like they're, like we saw, they're more like sitting in tunnel waiting for people more than all these other teams are doing, which are searching out teams, trying to find teams every single minute. So I don't know. It'll probably come back to bite them later when they're not scaling up as much points as the other teams here.
Yeah, definitely a little bit unfortunate, I would say there. Not really enough. Maybe enough to get them up towards the mid-table, but probably not as much as you would want to see, right? But at least they got the first place finish out of that one, Llama. That would have been disastrous if they had gotten knocked right there. Yeah,
definitely, 100%. And looking back on our big board, we do have 301 with 4 squads left. That golden Spitfire, very interesting. And top right, we have No Love Esports. Looks like they just dropped in with 19 squads. And Fission Esports bottom left with 11 squads, still in their mid-game.
Yes, true gem there, the Golden Spitfire. Not a lot of ammunition for it, though. 55 and 63, so that is a little unfortunate. And that thing does chew through ammunition. Like a dog with a bone, Llama, to be honest. Really just burns through it.
Yeah, and Drowsy does also have 8 kills on right now, so they're looking good again for another really good kill game. So see what happens here, but like we said, they really are pushing deep. There's another revive right here. Oh no.
Oh, hello. Welcome back to the arena. Sorry. Felt bad for him right there, to be honest, as he'll pop out the Golden Spitfire there just to close down that kill. Top right corner, we saw some robot-on-robot violence there. And a Gibraltar will get knocked using a triple take, almost like a shotgun there. No, the Mastiff in the R99 did not take the triple take. But yeah, the shield battery coming out. I mean, 4 squads left. Plenty of kills on the deck there for 301. Looking to be a pretty solid game from them.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they, like we said, they have consistency issues. They're late in the tournament, but right now they are blazing super hard. This really hard trail. that no one really is catching them at this point. They've won 3 already and have had 2 games that are one over 30 and one almost 30. So in a very, very good position to take this tournament by storm.
Yeah, we are starting to come up now to our halftime break. I believe we have about 20-ish minutes until we're going to get into that. Meanwhile, in the top right-hand corner, you see that thermite coming out. Does a significant amount of damage there for a second. Oh, no, Wraith will go down there, Llama. That's no good.
Yeah, I don't even know where she got down from. Maybe one of the other buildings, but there's one down the middle, and there it goes. Just another squad wipe. Gets that lifeline res, pop it, and we also have a res bottom left corner. Looks like Fission will get their Wraith back up too. So top left, I think Drowsy with 10 kills, the kill leader, looking really good. And wow, they're just taking out more up there. 4 squads left, really trying to get this championship here. Another one that would be their 4th here. And some nice R9 shots coming out from Drowsy, and whew, really nice recoil control and just basically deleting that team.
Yeah, 301 trying to punch themselves the ticket to be a part of their sponsored event, top 16 there, and making a pretty convincing case for it as well, as we see the Wraith getting another execution there. Hopefully I'm not behind on that stream, but
No.
Watching that go down live. R99 there coming out now, reloads the Peacekeeper. Relatively close range setup, I would say, Llama. But then again, I mean, we've seen a lot of these players, they just have such good accuracy, such good recoil control that they can really use that R99 perhaps at ranges that it was not originally intended to be used at.
Yeah, I mean, if this team, with how aggressive they are, also, like, they don't want to be mid-range or far at all. They want to be right up in another team's face. So I think it plays along with their team style, and I do miss this team flying off the thing, but I'm guessing they're going to go and chase them, and yes, they will. They really want those kills.
Yeah, I was just going to say, right as you were saying that, unfortunately, we were seeing maybe the range of the R99 gatekeeping them just a little bit right there, but you wouldn't know it based on the amount of kills that they have here as they take the balloon. We'll go full screen. We'll watch this one come to its inevitable conclusion, as it were, and Drowsy jumping up again here, going over to the roots of the old, I don't know what I'd call that, the old world tree. Yggdrasil there hanging out.
Yeah. Always
a world tree in every video game. Everybody knows that. Very common trope, I feel.
Yeah, it's definitely a big tree. A landmark.
Big old tree.
And there's that team, and one already down before we can even say anything, and pushing up 2 down. 2 squads left. I think they're in really good position here. 12 kills on Drowsy. Wow, I think this is going to be another really high kill game for them.
You would think so, right? Based on what we've seen previously. Ring closing here, so getting down to round 4, that's all really good news for them, because that search radius is significantly smaller than what they've been having to deal with. Really just need him to go in and get the finish quickly here, and 301 putting in a solid performance. Drowsy drops down, looks around. Nope. No one in the cafeteria either. Wait, what? cheeky man hiding up there in the rafters, just praying
his life.
I don't know what the thought process is. I think if you're in the point in the game where you're having to hide and 29 kills is a huge game coming out from 301, another big one to stack up there on that. That is really funny. That poor guy just hiding up there in the rafters. At what point in time do you just leave? Do you just die? Like, just go face your death on your feet?
You see Drowsy in the kill feed with 12, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna hide in here.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll be up here in the corner if you need me, waiting, lurking, looking for my opportunity to strike and somehow maybe pop out and get 3 kills before they figure out where I am. Hello, Gibraltar. Popping out there, walked right into the gunfire from Austin. Fission is pushing forward here. That was the Gibraltar I was just talking about. Just popped out of a Wraith portal and straight in front of Austin's gun. Pretty unfortunate. And Austin will get the finish there. 6 kill leader with 6.
Maybe not the most, but 6 is definitely a lot. We could see some more from his teammates, and they're looking good on shields. Red purple here, and 2 squads left. Just gotta find them and kill them. That's all they gotta do. Ring is they're not in ring yet, so maybe they gotta watch for that. But definitely did get some really nice kills over here. So he had 20 shield cells.
Swap out there for the still got 8 to 16. You never know.
There's the team though.
Forearmed is forewarned, and yeah, I do think they've got the team on the other edge of this canyon, judging by the way that they're kind of playing around this. And he's going to go for the long flank here. Austin trying to get full value out of that Octane. Hasn't quite used the stim yet, though, which I feel like be the temptation. I don't know if Kirby... Yeah, Kirby's going to teleport back over here as well. Great use of the Loba bracelet. And God, look at the arm on Loba when she throws that, that thing. So to get that woman an NFL contract. She didn't play it. Yeah, I know a few teams that could... she's hench. She's definitely hench. And somebody could... I know a few teams that could use that.
I mean, yeah, they're just like in the weight room while they're not.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, in between all the thievery and Apex tournaments, she's just getting hench, as you do. Looking around here, they just left that team, and I'm a little confused. Like, I know that wasn't necessarily the best engagement, but at the same point in time, it seems like they're making this a little bit more difficult on themselves. I'm not sure what the thought is here, Llama.
Yeah, I think they're taking Gem Tower just to get in the ring. I don't know, though. Like, yeah, it would have been the same rotation, but they're just flying. It's going to be the same entranceway unless the team went through the other entrance, maybe is their thought. The non-train yard entrance, the entrance by the other fragment.
That might be what they're thinking indeed. Austin dropping here. SF Void drops with them. You can see Kirby following up on the back side. Closing in, and again, significantly longer perhaps than they would have wanted, but they are just trying to angle for more solid positioning here as they come around on the back edge. Luckily, they're not going to get kind of gate kept coming out of the canyon. Instead, we return to the storage containers, a place that I am getting overly familiar with today here on World's Edge. Feel?
Oh, I didn't realize that was the last team. That is
that was last team. That's why I was like, why did they just run away there? Like, surely they could have fought that one out, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they lost sight of them too, so I don't.
They've made this more difficult on themselves. Definitely put on the weighted vest here for this particular exercise. So they'll come out here of the tunnel, and there's the shots on, so they still end up getting bumped first in the engagement. Really just not having a good day, at least in this match, as Austin popped around the corner and got shot in the face. Ooh, good grenade there. Good searching, ranging grenade. And this is almost as bad as the position they started out this entire Odyssey in, truth be told.
Oh, wow. Those Hemlock shots really good, though. Austin tags a lot of them up, and there it is. As a Void in the kill feed. Takes one down. They'll push that hard 3v2. So Austin going to stim up. And another one down from Kirby. Assist comes out, and 3v1 now, so pretty easy. This should be a championship for them. Chucks that pad.
Going for the pad kill there at the end.
Oh my gosh.
I have to be honest. I don't understand. Like, I really do not understand what the other team was doing right there. Like, they had them dead to rights, and then the squad was just like, you know what? Let's just push. Let's just get into that tunnel. Let's make this easier for them to shoot us. Is literally the thought process as he just runs down this Pathfinder and annihilates him. Ow, 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 ow. Little jackrabbit kick there with the tippy taps to finish it all off, and it is over. Curtains, good night, Irene, as it were, there for the team, and we'll see how many kills they stacked up at the end of that. But man, I am actually shaking my head.
Yeah. That was I don't know. They all just like sat on top of each other, so those hemlock shots like hit everyone. 18 kills, maybe not the most, but still a win. Still probably the best they could have done for that game, other than maybe wasting some time rotating around to fight that team and just win anyways.
I just why did they come into the tunnel? Like, you didn't have to do that. Nothing compels you to do that. I don't know. Whoever led the charge there, that was not a great moment.
Yeah. Maybe they were thinking that they were going to get kept at that harvester to fragment entrance, but still, I mean, they were in the same exact position, like you said, in the tunnel as they were from
Yeah.
back outside of sorting.
Yeah, they were. No, that's what I meant though. They were like in trouble in the tunnel until the enemy team decided to just give that one up. I don't understand, but whatever. Top left corner there. Good shots there coming out from the R99 as once again we find ourselves in a fight around the storage containers. We can't seem to avoid it today, Llama. It's just been all storage all the time.
Yeah, and it looks like there is 2 down though, and that includes the lifeline. Oh, going for the res right in front of it, and not the lifeline, which is an interesting choice. So does have that gold bag though, which is oh wow, laser jump takes off a shield and whew, cleans
That was a
up.
little dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. Finish it off though, and they'll get the lifeline up.
Yeah,
It's like
it's probably should have gotten the lifeline up there first if they could have, but maybe the
yeah.
positioning just wasn't in favor of it, Llama. I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes.
Yeah, and I think Wraith also had that gold bag, so I don't know why they didn't just let Wraith res at the end. But you know, it just happens. Sometimes people forget they have the gold bag and they're already halfway through resing. So whatever.
You know, it's definitely a thing I would say too, Llama, where I feel like the way things are in this meta, the way things are with Lifeline and Gibraltar in particular, as we see Drowsy getting stuck in the back of a truck there. And having to run away, pops the Wraith portal to get out. You know, it's or the Wraith teleport to get out. I think it's interesting that you really are no longer in a position to leave people alive in fights, right? It's a lot more risky to kind of leave people alive. You want to finish them off. I mean, we saw that illustrated earlier, you know, when that lifeline came in and got the res off real quick on their opponent, which turned a 2v1 into a 3v1, basically made it unwinnable. You kind of get the feeling nowadays that if you've got somebody down, maybe the logical conclusion is just to grenade them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Letting the other team res with that lifeline, if they have a lifeline, it's so painful because you know it forces you into a bad situation where you can control that earlier. That if you kill them earlier and force that, then they don't have that option at all. But if they start that res, then it forces you into a decision to either push or let them res.
Well, we're coming up to our halftime now, about 7 minutes left, I believe, until we enter the grace period when teams need to report their initial games. Bottom left-hand corner, the L-Star cooking right there. Top right-hand corner, gunfight going down as well. You see the Prowler with the auto-fire attachment on there. Both teammates down on the top right-hand side for No Love Esports, so that is a lot of pressure being put there on True Sensei, who will take the opportunity to get a shield battery in. That's not an exit they would particularly like. True Sensei doing a little bit of a wall slide there, just trying to get some shots on their opponent, coming around on the underside edge, looking, hunting, finding, gets the med kit off instead, and nothing they can do for their teammates, both of whom are down. 6 squads left in that game. Bottom left-hand corner, fresh start there, already some kills in the bank. And once more, Sensei goes down, cannot hold it out.
Yeah. Looks like 301 though, or in actually a really nice spot here. 4 squads left. Looking for another really big win, and 8 kills for No Love Esports with 6 squads left. Not the best. Took a lot of time in that game, so very interesting. It looks like 301 maybe pushed another team using that Wraith into the void button.
Yeah, they've only got 4 squads left in their game, so I mean that's a good opportunity for them to close out. Bottom left-hand corner, bit of an ugly gunfight, all things considered. Has to throw out the octane speed to just get out of damage there. Austin trying to take some cover. I see Austin hiding up, and a really nasty, ugly elimination there on the bottom right-hand corner, actually, for Buddha Gaming and Kamikaze Neophytes.
Yeah, it looks like Kamikaze, like, ouch. 8 squads left, 0 kills. That's like a mid-game loss. So that's like they walk away with nothing there, and that's a really, really hurtful game to take this late in the tournament. Well, this I guess mid in the tournament.
Yeah, you don't want to see that, especially coming into the break. I mean, we're definitely getting to territory where most of these teams, if they wrap up their games quickly enough, are going to be queuing in for their last matches. I think that True Sensei and the squad there at No Love are probably not going to be able to queue another match after this. This will be their last one. Bottom left-hand corner, maybe if they can wrap this up quickly enough. Fishing Esports might get another one in, but 13 squads, it's looking a little bit dicey. A lot of pressure too, I think, on 301 here. They need to close this game out as quickly as possible. No overcomplicated rotates this time.
Yeah, I mean, they have really good shields, so they shouldn't be in too much of a bad situation. But 3 squads left. They can finish this one and get a really nice win. They can get some extra kills in that requeuing for that extra grace period game. Okay, so we will go full screen on 301, see if maybe they can. I believe that they've already got 4 wins today. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, I do believe they have 4 wins. Unfortunately, my Twitch theater here taking a little bit of a dump. Not particularly great. We'll see. Hopefully, I can get things spinned up quickly, but no, stream's still really lagging. That's unfortunate.
All good. They do wipe a full another squad, so 2 squads left for 301. It looks like the Bangalore did get just a little bit low, but they're rocking really nice shields here. Gold, red. 2 squads left. 6 kills on Drowsy, so trying to finish this one off. It does look like maybe enemy pings coming out from across the way, and it looks like, yep, they do see him under purple body shield, almost fully cracked off, and they're going to chase hard and fast, and that Watson is not going to be happy. And that is it. Championship for 301, the 5th of the day. Wow.
Yeah, 301 just fragging here on this early side, doing a great job all around, and we'll see how many kills they manage to stack up there at the end. Hopefully a goodly amount, if I had to guess.
Oh, man. 25 again.
Big games. Big games coming out. For them.
We'll rotate out to the big board here, but I think 301 definitely with a commanding lead here. Almost going into this break, 3 minutes left until our grace period starts, so they will get almost probably a half of a game that they can get definitely some more kills with, and with how they've been doing, they're doing really good right now.
They are doing really good right now.
Yeah. 5 wins is just so huge. So huge.
You said we don't shoot the turrets anymore?
Yeah, they are doing really well indeed. And no, you don't shoot the turrets anymore. Not since the last update. I have no idea. I have no idea. It just made me laugh. I love it.
I'm sorry, that's just from a background.
No, you're good. It's a gamers all over the place up in here, man. Lava's raiding while he's casting.
Yep, definitely. I can multitask. Come on.
Yeah, gotta get those pauldrons, man. You gotta get them now. Yeah. Bottom right hand corner, Booty Gaming, Kamikaze Neophytes in a little bit of danger. Mind if I roll need? Anyway, top left, bottom left hand corner, SC Austin there engaged in a couple of shots. Not a particularly good position for SC Austin. He's lost all of his gold shields. They've got a teammate down. And kind of an ugly match there for Fishing Esports. They've done much better, and I mean that is not an exit they want to have, because I'm pretty sure we're right bordering up against the grace period now. So yeah. Looks like 301 is going to sneak one in underneath the timeline though there, Lana. That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the kills they have too, like another game for them hurts other teams so much at this point.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it looks like No Love's actually going to reset here and go into another game. So they're going to get this one in 10 kills right before the grace period, and they'll be able to drop in. Really, really interesting strategy. Not going for placement points here and just going for getting those 10 kills locked in and going for getting another game in.
It is an interesting strategy. I don't think it's I'll be honest, I don't think it's knockable. I mean, I think it's 100% a valid thought process. All things considered. So we'll see if they can kind of if they can parcel that out perhaps into something a little bit more meaningful on the other side. it'll be what matters, and that's, I guess, what to keep an eye on.
Loaded new game. Stop opening packs.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think-
why. I guess we're assuming that it's over, or are they waiting in the queue? I'm not.
I think they might have thought it was
I think they are past the time frame now, so yeah, they might just be calling it there.
Mhm.
Top left-hand corner, Drowsy. Looks like they're having some problems, but we'll go full screen on Fission here. Kirby Slays and SC Austin still alive. They don't have Void. Can't get Void back in, and 6 squads left in their match.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have Void, but they also have 10 kills on Austin with 6 squads left, so death boxes scattered everywhere. They will actually go get Void back here at the beacon, but drone detected here, so maybe in a little bit of trouble as Kirby kind of by himself over on the other side. And Kirby, yep, going to be by himself, probably fighting a whole team here, so we know there was at least a crypto going to push over to the other side is Austin with Kirby, and we have no sights on that team yet from the view of Austin.
Yeah, Austin comes sliding down there on the zip line, jumps over the top, still looking. 6 squads left. I mean, it's doable. I wouldn't say it's out. And you see the respawn beacon right there, but Kirby's getting pressured hard up on that high ground. Has to pop the shield cell almost immediately. Austin now rotating over basically to give a little bit of assistance here. Will immediately knock Tragic Terror. Oh, and I'm behind again. I'm so lucky.
Austin enough to wake that squad, and then will kill himself with the thermite here to shut off. Ooh, that's good. It's still a really good game that they'll get locked in here just in the nick of time before our break. So, I mean, I think 301, though, probably in a commanding lead at this point with how many good games they've had. 5 wins and almost all of their games being 20-plus games other than that one really bad drop. So,
yeah, I think we're still waiting for the scoreboard to update in general. But when I looked at it last time, 301 definitely, I think they were in first or second place. There might have been one team that was a little bit higher than them. I think it was Assassin Nation had put in some good games. But based on the way that we're lagging or the lagging and reporting scores, right, it doesn't happen immediately. We don't know for sure if they'll hold on to that. And I'm actually just going to load up my own leaderboard here and take a look. But definitely, it's been some good games so far. Really strong performance out of 301. Fission Esports looking good. No Love got a couple of matches, maybe not enough, I think, to capitalize on to get them up to the top of the leaderboard. And currently, as it stands, 301 is in the lead. Assassination Esports right behind them. Insane, ATF, and Hyper Reality Visor there rounding out the top 5. So Fission Esports is in the hunt. Is catching up, but definitely 301 setting the pace, at least in that first half, with 7 games and 5 first place finishes there, Llama, which is really solid, all things considered.
yeah, that's just super, super crazy. I think we have a team with 2,070 points. I think that they might have switched their damage and kills like
Yeah, it might have been a mistake
every time, and unless they're really good.
Yeah, unless they're using time travel. Pulling the old Animal Crossing time travel trick there to rack up them kills. I don't think we're going to see that one stick. And on my leaderboard that I'm looking at, they're not on there. So I'll assume that they were returned to their proper place in the setup. But a lot of teams with big wins across the board. I see a lot of 5s there in the first place comment. It's been good stuff. It's been good stuff so far. And it's been a pleasure to watch these teams play as always. Loving 301's hyper aggressive play style right now, Llama. Really putting it into the paint, getting up there in their enemies' faces and making those kills count.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, their weapons, they're more focusing towards close range. They're really focusing on pushing teams, doing all that stuff. And now we actually have an updated leaderboard up. Yep, 301 in first with 239 points. So wow, that's great. That's a lot for a first half, but 5 wins. Good.
Yeah, I mean, it's always entertaining in these kill races to see that aggressive play style. We saw Fission Esports as well come out kind of getting right up in people's faces as well. SC Austin, perhaps the man without fear there on that Octane, the way he's been playing it. So hopefully we'll get to see more of high-flying gameplay like that maybe we'll get an opportunity to pull up Assassination and see what they can do here. But any final thoughts before we transition into a quick break here, Llama?
I mean, the team's just got to make sure they're staying warm in this half. We've seen teams suffer from consistency issues, and if they don't stay warm, if they don't get ready for the second half, then it could spell trouble. But been good games so far, and can't wait for the second half.
Well, Assassination Nation and Washed trying to catch up here with 301 Gaming, our sponsors for this invitational qualifier here, our sponsors for this overall invitational, $2,000 on the prize pool line here for these teams. 301 setting a blistering pace. Can they be caught? Find out in our second half, which will be right after this break. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Console Gaming League in conjunction with 301 Gaming Invitational here for Apex Legends. This is our second qualifier for that invitational. Our teams fighting for their opportunity to get a shot at the top 16 and a shot at the $2,000 prize pool. I'm Corbec, joined here by Llama in the co-commentary booth and Skate handling our production here. And it's been some exciting games so far, Llama.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely seen some really awesome gameplay from a lot of awesome teams here. So very good. We'll have to see if they can keep that consistency up and who will end out on top.
Well, it's been the team from our sponsor here, 301 Gaming, who's actually been leading the charge in today's qualifier, putting in a really impressive performance on the first half. 5 wins, a lot of points, taking the top of the leaderboard. But a couple of other teams in the hunt here as well, trying to secure themselves a chance at that bag up there at the top. And looking at our big board right now, these are our teams that we have for you. In the top left-hand corner, you are looking at 301. The top right-hand corner is EMES and the crew from ISN Insane. Bottom left-hand corner is Austin and the crew from Fission Esports. And then in the bottom right-hand corner is ANE Rec, and that is ANE Alpha. So 4 out of our top 5 there on display for you right now, and looking to put on the best they've got in terms of Apex. And we've actually seen a number of these teams, I think, up here at this level before, Llama.
Yeah, definitely we've seen a couple of them. Just to note that Assassins Nation, their one team does not have a stream, so we can't actually watch them. They're actually in first, though, so can't watch them. But like you said, 4 out of the next 4 are up on the board here, and we have seen some of them before. And what we missed in the break, we did see one team walk away with a championship, and I believe 25 kills.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, definitely.
Good lord. Well, there you go. Still on World's Edge at the moment, though I think we will be transitioning. I'm not sure, actually. Or is it World's Edge or Land's End? I can never remember.
World's End.
Where do I get Land's End from? Where does that come from? That comes from something, I swear. Is that it? I'll look it up. I'll look it up. We'll figure it out. That's from something for sure. Yeah, it is a clothing company. Thank you, Skate. Based in Dodgeville, Wisconsin, they make luggage. So, clothing and luggage. I don't know why my brain would go to that, but here we are. So,
yeah, we don't know when it'll switch. We'll have to wait till one of these teams till they die off to see or win to go back to the lobby to see when the timer is switching to Kings Canyon. But 301, maybe a little bit of trouble with one down with the Wraith up top.
you would really hope that we do actually get to go back to Kings Canyon. I think there are a lot of teams that are probably hoping for that as well. Kings Canyon generally easier in these kill race formats for these teams. It is, of course, a kill race format. Do keep that in mind. Essentially, a time period is set. These teams have that time period to rack up as much kills and damage and wins as they can. All those points are combined, and whoever has the most points at the end of the 3-hour time period, so more like a little over an hour and 10 minutes here, is the victor of today. And then based on their positioning at the end of the day, that's how they get points to see if they can qualify.
Yeah, definitely, and it is a kill race in public matches, so you don't know who really you're facing off. You could be playing against other teams in the tournament. You could be playing against the best people, the worst people. That's just added to the randomness fun of this kill race format.
Yeah, now on the top left corner here, 301, one of our strongest teams in a dangerous situation. They've got Drowsy completely out of the fight and another one down. It'll throw out the drone there on that lifeline, which does the resin all on its own these days, but putting a lot of pressure here on that lifeline to try and win this one out. Gen ZY there getting some shots in. I don't think quite finished off what they were looking for. Nope, still firing away with the wingman. Will get the knockdown, and that other, oh no, what was he doing?
Ouch.
Just watching in shock there for a second as his teammate got gunned down, I guess. Unfortunate.
Yeah, was just too scared to shoot, I guess. Didn't really want to fight that really epic wingman shots that YT was putting out.
Intimidation factor in play. Intimidating wingman performance right there.
Yeah, definitely. And top right corner looks like ISN is closing in on their end game here. 4 squads left, and looking at some kills too. So do what they do, but they're actually getting tagged out here. Gotta be a little bit careful. It looks like that is a different language, so not all teams from you do have some EU teams here.
Yep, that is true. We're running nowadays in our kill races. We've gotten to the point where we run our EU and our NA concurrently, which is part of the reason that these happen a little bit earlier in the day on the NA side. But it's good because it gives us kind of the full range of competition. For a long time there, we were kind of seeing the EU and the NA teams competing at different times, and EU would kind of set the scores, and then NA would try and catch.
Yeah,
I think everybody competing together, Llama, is a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more intense.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's not like, oh, we have to get to a certain point. It's more stress. It's just like play your best, and you're competing live time. You know you have a chance, even if you're a little tiny bit behind, to catch back up. And it looks like ISN in a very good spot here with 10 kills, 2 squads left. Maybe not the best health on the Pathfinder, but looking to get this win. But has 12 kills, I'm being told, too. And they just look down right in this other squad. It's not going to be a good day for them. Trying to punch him to death, shoot some wingman shots. Misses the whole clip and finally takes the lifeline down, and that'll be it. Championship.
Solid championship there in the top right-hand corner. Well done. Insane. Emerson, the boys there doing a good job to rack that one up. Top left-hand corner, 6 squads left in their match. That might be an 8. I'm going to go with 6, though. So they're going in, closing that one down as well. 27 kills in a first-place finish. Really solid game for Insane there. Definitely keeping them up at the top. Maybe propelling them into second place there, all things considered. A very solid game indeed.
Very good. A lot of our other teams approaching their end game here, trying to get this win. Maybe trying to catch Assassin's Nation or this 301 team. Both put out really good performances in this first half. And like you said, we let me check that timer. I believe I can see it on their one screen, and it looks like it's going to be 10 minutes, I think I saw, until we switch over to Kings Canyon. So switching soon to that could make a definitely change in the play style and some other stuff that they choose to do.
Well, I imagine then that we'll get a solid maybe hour of Kings Canyon here coming down on the back end, but that means about 2 hours of World's Edge, which is a little rough. I do really stand by my statement that this is the more difficult map for this particular format, and honestly, just truth be told, Llama, just a more difficult map in general. I think in a lot of ways.
It's so much bigger, and it's harder for that kill race format, like you said, just because you're hunting those teams really late. So, but 301 gonna push up on this other team. Wraith with no health, doesn't even care, pushes up with a Mastiff and takes another down. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty entertaining. Used the portal or the teleport aggressively there. And basically charged up the side of the building like Revenant or Spider-Man or whatever. To get up to the top there, and no fear at all from Drowsy, and it fits with the playstyle that we've seen. Drowsy is pretty fearless. Second most fearless person on the screen right now, because Austin continues with his trend of just face checking everything known to man in the bottom left-hand corner there, and it usually works out.
Yeah. Top right, it does look like ISN, their third got disconnected or something like that, so they will have to requeue. The match will not count. Just a quick requeue, but it is a few minutes that they will waste. So, but Austin, like you said, just jumped up into there. Didn't even care if he died. Just really wanted to kill himself.
He's fearless. I tell you what. You know, and 60% of the time it works all the time. So just keep going, Chief. Gotta love it. Bottom right hand corner there, that'll be A&E Alpha trying to finish out their match. Only 4 squads left in their game. In fact, we have 2 4s and a 5 here in our current big board, so a couple of teams closing out at the end of their respective matches, and we'll see what they can muster. Austin, they're getting some great shots in with that R99, pushing up aggressively onto some team, and it matters very little to them. They are out, and 12 kills for Austin there on the board, so well done indeed.
Yeah, huge kills. Well, they top, I believe, what was it, 31 from 301 that they dropped earlier? I guess
32.
it's the most that we've seen on the board. 32, actually, so, wow. I don't know.
That 1 kill makes all the difference. Sometimes it actually does. We did see a Warzone match where somebody did win by 1 point, and yeah, I think last week in our last invitational there was a tiny margin as well. It might have been 1 point on that end as well. A little bit of a rough setup here from 301 in that top left corner. Only 1 kill on screen here for Drowsy. Now, Drowsy was out of the match there for a little while, just, you know, waiting to be respawned, so that might explain kind of the lack of kills, but still, I would say that's a little substandard. Even with that death, I guess he went down early enough that it really contributed to that. We'll see. Hopefully, his teammates have been cleaning up here because they're down to 2 squads.
Yeah, so yep, they do clean up pretty easy, and 2 squads left trying to finish it out. It looks like ISN will finally get their 3rd back and be able to drop back in the match. Bottom right looks like A&E is in just a little bit of trouble, maybe more than a little bit, with 1 member fully eliminated and the Revenant down. Octane's still up, and then we obviously have Fission and Austin just aping and going anywhere that they spot a team.
Indeed, and you're right, it is a less than ideal situation down there for A&E Alpha. I can't help but feel like this isn't going the way they would want it to go. They're not getting that Bloodhound back, but in the bottom left-hand corner there, Fish and Austin pushing up into the Mirage club here, getting some picks.
Yeah, doesn't even care, just push off another day in the office for him, take out more teams, push on to the next one.
Squad eliminated there in the bottom right-hand corner for A&E Alpha. A tragic and unfortunate end to their run. We'll see what they came in. Oh, no, not squad eliminated. Player eliminated. Maybe. Oh, no, it is squad eliminated. Well, 20 kills, though. That's nothing to scoff at.
Oh,
would have probably liked the placement points, but, you know, again, not terrible by any word or stretch of the word. On the top left-hand corner, though, rough stuff going on there for 301, and they'll get another one knocked, so they've lost 1. The lifeline's still in it, though. That's Gen ZY coming up on the backside, firing in those wingman shots. Gen really favoring the wingman here in a lot of these engagements, getting pressed a little aggressively by their opponents. Not a lot they can do, though, for the Wraith. Out comes the drone there, I think, to just go for the res. Good shots on the wingman, and they'll finish him off there with the execution. Not really sure how the hypodermic works on that Pathfinder, but it's enough to secure them a championship. So a good turnaround there by Gen on what could have been a relatively sticky situation, and we'll see how much they ended with.
Yeah, that was a really good finish. Really nice wingman shots coming out. So good finish them. Like you said, we'll have to see how many kills they get. 20, not the most, but you know, it's not terrible. It is a first place finish.
Yeah. Drowsy's death there, I think, really hurting them. You could just see that 1 kill totally in stark contrast to the other 2 members of the team who put up pretty significant numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still over here trying to figure out what lifeline hypodermic does to a robot, but whatever. It's got like a special syringe for robots. I don't understand.
It was a corrosive material that, like,
yeah, it's like, oh, make sure you don't give him the other needle. Like, you just give him the corrosive material.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but it does.
She needs it. There are 2 robots, so. Yeah. Fission closing down on the end of their match, passing through the sulfur pits here. We'll see how they close this one out. The hot
And man,
springs.
Austin's got 14.
Austin gonna get him some more too. Kirby Slay's pushing in on the back end here. Austin reaching the top of the balloon, diving down like a majestic peregrine falcon that also happens to be a green man without legs. Looking there for his target, can't quite find it. He knows that his prey is about though, and he wants that kill, and he'll find it. Get another one, and they will take a solid championship and not even breaking a sweat there.
Yeah, easy. Dropped on it, ballooned in, finished easy. I think Austin might have got 15 there, so we'll have to see though how many total. I think they were just slaying out though. This might have been a 30 game for them, if I'm imagining, and it looks like 29. Wow, just
Close to it. Close
really,
to
really
it.
well done. Looks like Austin
Big
might have been stealing a few
kicks.
kills though, but
Maybe. Maybe he was just earning them. Who knows? But good win there all around from the crew. That'll be the kind of solid points that will stand them pretty well. They were kind of, I think, towards the bottom of our top 5, so maybe that's an opportunity for them to shove their way up to the front. As these guys are all pretty close here towards the end. No real clear runaway.
and they still got 1 hour left, so that could be 3 or 4 really, really good games. So just consistency is the most important thing. They got to keep on winning, keep on playing the best they can, and everyone going to drop back in here. And it looks like they're still dropping in on. Oh, it is Kings Canyon now, I believe. So right after Fission dropped in the bottom left, I think we were dropping in on Kings Canyon for the rest of the tournament now. So
Unfortunate. I think that stream is maybe I'm running a little bit behind there because I haven't quite seen that yet, but been having perpetual problems there, I think, with that particular stream being behind, but c'est la vie, such is life. We'll see what they're doing, and sure enough, yeah, that will be a Kings Canyon drop. So after, it looks like, unfortunately for Austin and the crew down there in the bottom left-hand corner of Fission Esports, they will be a bit behind the curve there when it comes to going into Kings Canyon. These other two teams, well, I say that, but A&E, Reckel, and crew there, they've just dropped into a new game as well. So both of them being a little bit behind the curve.
yeah, just like what a few seconds can do. And then Austin and them have been doing really good on this map. So I mean, maybe they're still comfortable on this map for one more, and switching maps might throw them off a little bit. So maybe it's a little bit better for them. But as you said, it is a smaller map, a lot easier in my opinion and your opinion. So see how well all these teams do transitioning into the.
Yeah, we will see indeed. It definitely maybe a little bit of an advantage, but a slight one. Only a slight one, really, truth be told. And you see that Pathfinder going out there from MS up in the top hand corner. They'll take that up to the high ground there, the roadway, give a little looky-loo around. Bottom right-hand corner, 14 squads left, but a bit of a unpleasant situation here. This Revenant getting backed into a corner, trying to drop a Mirage. Looks like that was a bamboozle that he was shooting at there. Instead, he'll get a pick coming around the edge. Still needs to revive his teammates though, using the jump pad in the elevator shaft to get up to the top ground. Knocked almost immediately, and Mirage will finish it off. So disastrous there from A&E Alpha, and they might be seeing Kings Row a lot quicker than we thought.
Canyon. Kings Row again.
Oh gosh, I said it again.
Can
Get
make
me
up
outta
our
here.
own names. Why not?
Get me out of here. Kings Row. I don't know why I keep calling it that.
Another clothing brand.
No, that's a map from Overwatch, to be fair. Yeah, it's the map that's always played in Overwatch. It's the Kings, man. It's just throwing me off. Kings Canyon, Kings Row. Same friggin' difference in it. All half out of the middle. All things the same. Dropping down there, and that is a most entertaining Gibraltar dome right there on the bottom left-hand corner. Really appreciate that. Also appreciate that flying jump kick. Austin dropping somebody with style.
It looks like both of our top teams are in a little bit of trouble here. ISN and 301 both have 2 members down, and it looks like 301 in a bad first drop right there in Kings Canyon. So pretty sad. They will walk away with 3 kills. Not the best, but a pretty fast game. And we wonder if this Kings Canyon map is going to get the best of them.
Yeah, that's definitely a rough start there for them, and we've seen a couple of kind of goose egg games coming out of 301 today. In general, I mean their performance has been spectacular, but we have seen a couple of matches like that, so that'll force a pretty quick reset there. And go back to lobby. I mean, when you get knocked out 16th, right, that's not particularly tragic in terms of forcing out the reset on Kings Canyon.
Yeah.
If it happens again, though,
I mean,
then you're starting to run into difficult territory.
100%. And that is kind of a little bit of a momentum killer. Like when you're switching to a new map, thinking you're going to be good, and your first game on that map it goes bad, could kill some of your momentum that you were bringing in from the other map. And
Very much so. We'll see. You know, again, we saw that happen to him earlier today, Llama, and they recovered pretty quickly. So I think they came and put out a really big game on the backside of that happening last time. So we'll see if they can do that again. Emma's here in a little bit of danger. 4 squads left there for Insane. We'll see what they can do. Use that Pathfinder grapple to get up to the high ground. Unfortunately, lost both teammates here with 4 squads in not a great position to be in, Llama, as he'll lose his other teammate as well. And he's just going to play this real cautious here up on that high ground.
And no, Corbec, that's really not a good place to be in. Two teammates down. Head shield. Ooh, really nice 301 shots.
Great shots.
It's solo the squad, but can't really 1v3, so has to back up. Just he said not the best, and both of his banners are in that building protected by the other team, and they're gonna push up on him, and this is not gonna be fun. Have to get out of there now.
Good grapple to get away, but I just don't think it's going to make a difference here. He's got no real pattern but to just run as fast as he can on the other side. Throws out the zip line there. And again, that Pathfinder cooldown on that grapple, absolutely killer in situations like this. He's going to do a bit of a bait and turn here, Llama. We'll see if he gets somebody coming up the top of the ramp and he's throwing in those shield cells real quick. The problem is, of course, if the enemy team doesn't take the bait here, you are in a bit of a dangerous situation. They could always just flank you in this position.
I believe he is in ring, so he doesn't have to worry about that too much, but still both of his teammates' boxes are over there. Maybe he wanted to bait him out so he could sneak around with that Pathfinder grapple and maybe grab him, but I don't know. Just very interesting. And 301 dropping back in on their second Kings Canyon match. That Labs drop it's kind of iffy now, 2 games in a row as they have the lifeline down already.
Oop, MS pops up here, starts firing 2 on, too much, and he knows he's out of it. You can see the frustration there as well. Unfortunately, a bad situation, and it would have been a huge burden to try and clutch that one out, truth be told. So that'll push him back into the lobby there, and they'll have to reset.
Yeah, 15 kills, maybe not the best, but I mean it's okay. No placement points at all, or some placement points, but not really where they wanted to be, I guess, for that placement. Would have much rather have been maybe ratted out a little bit and gone second or third.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, you do have to try and balance the placement points with any potential kills that you can rack up in situations like that. In general, I'd say that's just a really hard thing to strategize, right? Like, if we're being honest. And bottom left-hand corner is not looking particularly great for Fishing Esports as well. Austin, an absolute madcap fight there on the bottom left-hand side, does somehow manage to come out of it last one standing, but nearly went down there, very close to it.
Yeah, he bought up Phoenix, to get all his stuff back. We know Austin, he's gonna keep on. Yes, but looks like 301 in this labs area did get the lifeline back rezzed, and there it is. There comes the elims. Very good havoc, fire shots, and takes down yet another squad.
Oh, 3 of our teams here in Kings Row. The last one left standing on World's Edge is in the bottom left-hand corner. That's Fishing Esports still fighting that one out. Everybody else, though, stacking up on Kings, trying to make things happen. You see Drowsy there taking the portal up and out.
Yep. Get some height, see if there's maybe teams below them. Keep pushing on. They don't have the best shields walking out of there. I believe it's blue, white, I think is what it is. Maybe Lifeline doesn't have any at all, but
I don't think Lifeline has any at all. I think it's blue, white, nothing. Might have shields, they're just not full on that Lifeline, if I had to guess.
And they put it on a team though.
Running straight into it. Oh, plenty of shots though, hitting the Bangalore there, nearly knocking the Bangalore, nearly knocking Drowsy. Drowsy will go down.
Oh, they hit her with the frag grenade and it knocked her off the mountain right into the other grenade. Oh.
Oh boy, 301. Hitting some rough waters there, ladies and gentlemen, on this map, coming off of a really poor performance on the last one and running face first into another subpar game. That is less than stellar there, coming out of a team that in the first map was really fragging in the first half.
And this is kind of a reverse of what we saw. Maybe it is just the tournament format that's getting them, because last time we saw them slay out absolutely on Kings Canyon in the first half, and then the second half slow down a little bit on World's Edge. So maybe it's this format that they're slowing down a little bit. They can't keep up that consistency.
Yeah, the consistency's killing them on, especially on that one. So they'll, I guess, reset the deck here and come back in. And it's definitely less than ideal situation there for 301. They really have to pull themselves together here and try and finish this last 50-ish minutes in as fine a form as possible if they want to hold on to those qualification points and punch their ticket to the top 16.
Yeah, and the better they do, the easier their path to that prize money is going to be, because the higher seed you are, the worse seed you are going to actually play. So the more points you put in, the more work you put in now will help out later.
Yeah, very true. You gotta work it up. And just a reminder, of course, today's invitational qualifier is building up to our top 16 head-to-head invitational for $2,000, sponsored by 301 Gaming, the Epinus 301 Gaming there. That'll be taking place on July 26th here on CGL 1 for those of you who want to watch the action as our top 16 teams from last week and this week square off together to see who can get that $2,000 bag there at the end of the day. So plenty to keep watching for there as we push forward. And yeah, all of that coming to you next weekend. Going to be some exciting stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That format will be a lot of fun, a lot of competitive games, and it'll be fun to see the teams who worked hard in these qualifiers put it all out there for that prize money.
Yeah, it's definitely a thrilling format. It feels very competitive. It feels very real, and it can be quite exciting. So we'll see what the teams can muster there, but they've got to punch their ticket first, and it's a tight contention for that top spot right now. And you see Emmis and the crew there in a really ugly kind of knock him down, drag him out brawl here in the lab at the moment. He does have a thermite grenade that maybe would be quite effective if he could get it off. And yep, just as I say it, there it comes out the gate, and it is very effective. Look at those damage numbers, Llama. That is scary stuff.
Yeah, thermite's burning is very scary, but oh no, Pathfinder is one
Oh,
health will
boy.
pop that. Oh no, will not.
Oh no! Oh, tragedy upon tragedy. 15th place exit, 3 kills to their name. Not a great game there from ISN Insane. And again, you can see the frustration coming in on Emmis.
I mean, a lot of these teams are struggling for this new map rotation, so it's interesting to see all these teams slow down a little bit. I mean, a little bit of rough drops doesn't mean it's over for them, but a few bad matches can drop them a few places in the standings.
Yeah, and every place mattering too for the points. So that's definitely a rough set here. We'll see. It's got a bit of an uphill battle for Insane and 301 at this stage to hold on to their top spot billing on the leaderboard, and that is they're making a mountain there for themselves to climb. Truth be told.
Yeah, and we're watching Austin just they're in this hunt phase again where they're looking for these final two teams, and they found them. Boyd takes a couple out with a Mastiff, and really nice 301 shots coming up from Austin to take another down. I think they have a gold res, so that will be down to final squad here for them. So 9 kills on Austin and the final squad here.
Kind of a worst case scenario, honestly, for them, all things considered, to get into a wide reaching search like this and keeps them from getting to Kings Canyon and just slows them down in general. They have been in this game for a pretty significant amount of time now, so hopefully they can just wrap this one up quick and easy.
Yeah, definitely. They need to finish it fast, because with Austin and his play style, he'll slay out even more on Kings Canyon. So it's going to be amazing if they can just finish this final team quick.
301 seems to be doing a much more solid job here at the top left-hand corner. I think they're getting some more shots in. Not as many squads left in their match either as it begins to tick down. And we might rotate, just as our leaderboard updates, we might rotate some of these teams in and out here on the big board. So do keep it in mind. We'll let you know, of course, when and if we make that transition. As we just take a look around, brand new start down there in the bottom right-hand corner for A&E Alpha. So they've just dropped into Kings Canyon. We'll see what they can get, landing, I think, around Octane's arena. Can't remember what it's specifically called. The old Octane Thunderdome.
And they have really good shields down the bottom left. We're full screen on Fission Esports. But oh, they see another one, and Void taking one down real quick with the Hemlock. Octane gonna chuck the pad straight over his head. And Blue body shields another team. Not good for them.
Whoa, look at those shots in midair.
Tracking. Oh, man. And
a little
push
bit
this
of
final team.
duck hunt simulator right there for SC Austin, just getting those shots over the top, drops in. There's Revive Shield, and they will finally wrap that game up and get themselves on the way to King's Row. And with that final kill there, Austin, I think, stealing kill leader from one of his teammates too on that backside of that.
Very, very well done from them. We'll have to see how many kills. They're going to switch back over to Kings Canyon now, but another good win for them and 26 kills. Not too bad.
Changing it up here just for a second, getting some new teams on. In the top right-hand corner, you will be seeing ATF. And then the bottom right-hand corner, you will be seeing Washed. So two teams pushing their way up the leaderboard right now, and we'll see if they can pull that out. Stay above there on the top right-hand corner. And in the bottom left-hand corner, I believe I'm King Ant there. The Supreme Ant, the King Ant. Ant Leroy. Or is it Leroy Ant? I'm not sure which.
I don't know, but it looks like only one of our teams, or two of our teams actually on the top, entering their mid-game phases. I think we see the other two loading into a game. I think we're just on a Loba loading screen, maybe in the bottom right. Can't really tell. They've been sitting on it for a second there.
A minute, indeed. But yeah, no, they're loading into Kings Canyon now. So all our squads in Kings Canyon here. 45 minutes left in this kill race. Everybody trying to punch their ticket to the top 16. And these are some of the best teams out there today, ladies and gentlemen. You are, of course, watching the CGL Invitational Qualifier here in conjunction. It's sponsored by 301 Gaming. Their team representing in that top left-hand corner, and they're looking to punch their ticket as well, Llama, but they've been having a little bit of a struggle with it, truth be told.
Yeah, I mean, not the best moving on to Kings Canyon. They've had a few kind of rough games, but, you know, with their points they had from the start, there's definitely a possibility that they just bounce back from this and they can get it going here.
They've got an investment to lean on. They've got a nest egg of points there that they can lean on a little bit. And they actually just wiped the championship squad in the top left corner, so that's a good knock there for them. Top right corner, stay above, running for the hills there. Pops that Wraith teleport there, I think mostly for the mobility, just to get to this balloon so he can do a little bit of deep scouting. You see those red pinks coming in, has spotted an enemy, so he will be dropping on top of them. And the top bottom left, bottom right, both dropping in now. Bottom right-hand corner, Washed is heading for the airport, and a ton of squads coming in there at the airstrip for them. So we'll see if they can just frag out there on that bottom right-hand corner. We'll get the triple take and I think another sniper rifle, another prowler early on there.
Not a terrible combo for if there's a fight to be had. So going in here, we got to see what the teams are doing. It looks like in the top right corner, they're in a little bit of a fight here. And, yep, just killing more and more is what they will do. ATF. What should we see them in today?
Yeah, no, that's the first we have really seen. Really keeping an eye on this bottom right hand corner. There were so many bodies up and around the airfield here. I really want to see what Wash can do with it, and actually not a whole lot because they just lost their Octane there. They need teammates to follow up on it, and the Wraith will come in and clean up those kills and get the res there. Unfortunate there for the Octane player King Ant, not able to really finish anything off, but perhaps fortunate in the sense that the Wraith was there to bail him out. In the top left corner now, you see them rotating through the bunker. Only 5 squads left in 301's game there. So coming down to their inevitable conclusion. And ATF in very much the same position here, Llama, just trying to close it out.
I think, like you said, they're using that that jump tower to keep on scout and see if they can maybe find something. 3-1 tough left's going to make a portal, maybe go for a push, and we'll see where they go from here. They do have really good shields, and shots come out. It looks like 1 kill, 2 kill, or actually a kill, and the finish comes out on one of the people. Lifeline will go down though, however, so a little bit, got to be a little bit careful here, and they're getting hooked out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely pressure on 301 right now. Actually moves his way back into the Bangalore airstrike there. Just waiting. I think he's got a target in this house. He wants him to kind of peek that door. They won't oblige. Comes around the other side instead and gets the shots in. Has to pull out the sidearm. The wingman whipped out there. Good shots coming in from the wingman and just enough to finish it off. Woo! Fast and furious there. Skin of the teeth.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. 301. Very good finish on that fight there. Very good wingman shots coming from Drowsy. 4 squads. Let's oh no, Lifeline just gets deleted from another squad, and that's their reviver right there. So
he'll finish off that kill post quick though to get a little bit of revenge for the Lifeline. Pops that shield cell almost immediately and wisely so. Get that full red shield protection before going in for that med kit. And Assassination and 301 are pretty much neck and neck right now, though the other teams we have here, Fishin' and Washed, both kind of threatening to crack into their race and come up on the backside here with maybe a come from behind win. Top right hand corner, definitely stay above, trying to go at it. Gets that Mastiff in there, lands a couple of hefty shots. Can't quite finish anybody off down there, though. I think he finally got the Revenant, and there's the push coming out from the Gibraltar on the other side, just firing away with that Mastiff, and will, I think, wipe the squad. Poor Gibby.
See it, but happened. They had to kill him, and 301 now with 2 red shields pushing up. Again, we don't have the actual stream for Assassin's Nation here, so we can't actually watch them, sadly. But again, all these teams doing very well. 301 in a real good spot, and there are more people on top of ATF's house here, so got to be a little bit careful here, but they do have that red shield on Wraith here.
Yeah, ATF coming around, trying to get some shots in. Not a lot of luck to be had. Washed in a bit of an awkward situation as well with 12 squads left. They'll using an alternator up there on the high ground as the Octane. It's King Ant trying to stave that one off. Bad news bears maybe up in the top left-hand corner. A lot of shots coming in there on Drowsy. They will hold it out, though, and they're playing a little bit of peekaboo here with the top deck of the market, trying to hunt a Mirage down right now. And a championship there for Stay Above and the crew in the top right-hand corner of ATF, and that'll put them in good stead for pushing their way up into some more points here for the finish.
Definitely a well-played game. We'll have to see how many kills. As we say, that 301 just eliminates that other team. It might have been just that Mirage, actually, but still very, very good kills. And 19 for ATF. Not the most, I have to say, but a medium game, I guess, for them, and a championship, so not the worst.
Poke in the eye with a sharp stick, that's for sure, and I'm sure they're happy to get those points that they have. Watching this top left-hand corner now, just really seeing if Drowsy can finish this one out. He's got good shots on. They've got the second squad engaged, and I might just be a solo up here on top of this rock formation as Drowsy drops down, just starts lasering away with that R99. Has to go for the awkward reload, but it's not enough to stop the pressure there, and they will get a championship, and we'll see how many kills they stacked up. I have a feeling, Llama, that was a maybe hefty kill game.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we saw a bunch on Drowsy. To see, I think he was kill leader with 10, so I don't think it's going to be over 30, but
25.
25 is still first place.
It's really solid. 10-10-5. Can't complain about that. And that was the kind of game that they were looking for, Llama, coming off of a couple of kind of bum starts there on some maps. That'll definitely help restore a little bit of confidence and keep that momentum up as we approach our final half hour of play here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, teams just gotta keep a little bit of an eye out for that when that end of the tournament is coming, just so just they don't go over that or anything like that. But they still do have 35 minutes to get in a couple more matches. And
They sure do. And there's this slide coming out in the bottom right-hand corner. Not a lot of squads left there in that game for washed, so they'll try and close that one out as well. Bottom left-hand corner, also in the similar situation. That's Fish and Esports there with the Fearless Austin in the lead, trying to win their first map here on Kings Canyon, and we'll see what they can do.
I mean, we can change its name if you want.
I got it that time. Stop myself. I think I was gonna call it King's Landing that time, which was Game of Thrones. So I'm really all over the place. Just put a Kings in front of it, and I'm done.
Good enough. People understand. Looks like ATF will drop in here, and there might be a team over here, and gets that Evo to start. Looks like 301 will also be dropping into Kings Canyon over here, and we got some mid games going on the bottom of your screen here. Looks like, ooh, Hemlock shots, but that other team has purple against ATF, so very dangerous fight. Gonna take out that 9-9. Oh, the purple body shield is too much. That really stinks. So one left. All that's left is the lifeline. Lifeline clutch up against the purple body shield. Blocking the door. Oh, one is down. Oh, wow. Did she do it? I think she did it.
Wow. Woo.
Oh, that is crazy. Maybe the other one ran away or something, but this is just wow. Blocked the door so the Bangler couldn't get out, and lifeline clutching up hard for ATF here.
Yeah, for sure, indeed. And keeping my eye on these bottom left and rights here as they're kind of closing in. That's Fishing and Wash, respectively. Austin taking some hits there, throws out the jump pad, goes for that, tries to get that double jump, and we see the double jump's ability to really help there because he was able to change momentum in midair and basically re-land himself up on the roof. Great little use of the jump pad, actually, to get that high ground. Loba bracelet coming out over the top as well, as Austin will just push straight through the doorway. There's a caustic waiting there for him, but that's Predator sight. The infrared will be significantly helpful there and negating the majority of the effect of the caustic, as we see a Gibraltar airstrike coming in over the top as well. So a lot of ults being invested in this particular fight. And now comes the Gibraltar. Gibraltar melted on the front door. Goodbye. Thank you for playing. And now there'll be 3 squads left in their match.
And Austin, again, didn't even care. Walked right through the caustic gas just to the kill. He did not care about it at all. What a madman.
That is perhaps one of the downsides of the caustic gas. Not as intimidating necessarily as it first appears. You certainly don't want to spend a significant amount of time in it, truth be told, but it's not as intimidating as it first appears.
Definitely not. And 301 maybe in a little bit of trouble up here fighting a purple body shield themselves. And they do have one of their teammates down, but I think they will go for the res here real fast. And Wraith can get one down, another one, with those sweet wingman shots.
Yeah, really favoring the wingman. There's the entire 301 crew in the second half has used more wingmans than I think we've seen all day. And maybe in a couple of kill races, actually, truth be told, they're really putting those things through their paces.
And I think they might get this really good body shield off of them. And yep, they will. Purple body shield comes out. Very, very well done from them. And looking at other teams, it looks like Washed actually has to re-queue. I don't know if they got eliminated or took a championship, but in the bottom left, oh wow. And we just see death boxes everywhere in a championship. Another one from Fission.
Another one.
Trying to catch 301 in Assassin's Nation here.
Yeah, it's fighting hard to stay in this race, and they will do so. Let's see how many kills they manage to stack up there in that particular match. 24, not bad. First place in a 24 kill finish. Nothing to scoff at, that's for sure.
Definitely. I mean, 24, maybe might be just a little bit behind of what 301 and Assassination is doing, but still very good with a win and 24. So looks like a couple people are landing on ATF in our top right corner, and they're trying to run away really hard after they get melted from landing. And decoys everywhere. Can't find the Mirage, and finally gets him. And looks like we'll go screen on ATF with a few squads left here. Everybody else is dropping in, so they got 5 left. Let's do it. 5 squads, 5 full squads though, and they actually have more pings coming out here. Gonna drop over and try and find them. I think that other team might be running away, but the weird spot on top of the rock, and it shots, but it definitely, the spot worked, and got behind him, got some hemlock shots on him, and kind of push now full on.
Yeah, sure enough, and whips out that hemlock for a little bit of close quarters work as well, and landing all those hits. And you know, you don't often think of the hemlock as a close range weapon, but it definitely can be.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think of it as a close range weapon, but like they're using that single fire very well done. There is more shooting coming at them. That was not the squad elim, so I think that is the solo of the squad, and there it is. Yep, taken down with the RE45. But I think it is another full squad pushing them after that solo had died. So they have to be a little bit careful here. They do have good shields, and lifeline is a little bit low, but I think they're okay here. And yep, hemlock shots come out. 1 already down. Caustic gas comes out. That is theirs, and this should be an easy kill here. 2 down now, using that RE45. Gonna push this last one, hopefully get him here. And yep, there it is. Another wipe.
Done indeed. And good use of that jump pad there as well. Again, that double jump really showing off here across the board. Did a great job there of redirecting momentum. And I think mostly the most interesting thing about the comp coming out here from ATF is they do have a caustic.
Yeah, they do. And they're doing aggressive caustic though. They're playing it right. They're using the bombs with full send mentality, and you got to do it. They're not using it to hold down anything. They're playing it smart, and that's how you have to play the caustic if you have them on your kill race comp.
We don't usually see, like we said earlier in the day, we don't usually see the caustic in the kill race. That doesn't mean he can't be used in that context. I mean, the gas trap's still really effective for creating havoc in the zone of a fight, and for kind of protecting your back as well from people trying to do some of the more elaborate flanks like so many of these players want to run. And then, of course, the ultimate as well charges pretty fast and allows for great aggression, kind of combining the Bangalore smoke with the damage is really valuable.
Yeah, it really is. Unless they have a digital threat, it's very well done. Wow. They just laid out that whole team before we could even say anything, and 2 squads left.
Definition of a third party right there, just coming in and laying those shots down. We'll see if Stay Above can just finish this one off. He's flanking wide around the outside edge. Sure enough, got a target on, and there's a solid championship. And there's a happy man as well.
Oh, it feels bad. Another person hiding, know they can't win with white body shields, like we saw before, hiding in that little room.
In the top left-hand corner, 5 squads left here for 301. Trying to close this one out in style, and they've really been in the hunt this entire time. Couple of goose eggs, but mostly consistently solid, I should add as well. Doing really well here as they push up for this high ground position, just taking the opposite side of the canyon from the bunker and pushing into the defile, the canyon as it were, which is a deadly place, can be quite a deadly place for a lot of people, and we'll see if they run into trouble in there, don't it?
Yeah. I mean, we do have in the top right corner, they did get 17 kills first place, so not terrible, but I don't know if that's enough to catch one of the top teams. It will definitely get them higher up in the leaderboard, but we don't know if it'll be able to let them take one of those top spots, because I believe there is a $150 prize
Yep.
pool for this qualifier. So first gets 100 and second gets 50. So getting first and second will get you that qualifier points to punch your ticket into the invitational for the next upcoming weekend, and it will also get yourself some money. So it's good to definitely get the points, but you know, if you don't get enough, you won't get this tournament, this qualifier's prize pool.
Also true. It's a good, we just saw a nice little sort of jump pad reposition there on the bottom left-hand side from Austin, who's now on another target here. I think got a lifeline in their sights using that alternator wheel, just burn them down. Beautiful shot there on the slide. Meanwhile, on the top left-hand side, 301 getting pushed here, but the digital threat coming in big there. Great and good sightlines down on that. This high ground completely under control. That golden prowler coming into its own here for Drowsy on the top deck, as Drowsy will take a jump pad and pursue, looking for a target he thinks might have a view under the lip of that rock. No, sure enough, they've already skedaddled away and done a runner there. Llama, I can't seem to find him.
Yeah, I don't know where they went, but they did kill their teammates, so they'll probably be back sometime. 5 squads left, and they do got some kills, so they're in a really good spot. Corbec, they're in a really good spot to push forward, get some more kills this, and maybe take a win for this match.
Indeed, they are, and playing in and out of this bunker area here. You know, an interesting place to defend or attack from. Popular, but a little bit dangerous. That being said, there's 5 squads left, and we're only on the second ring here for 301, so still a pretty big map to play with.
Yeah, and they might be doing that search and find again for those other like single players, but I mean 5 squads left is a lot, so they should be able to find some fights here soon. Entering their early game, and our team's on our bottom of our screen entering their late game. We are actually on 301 full screen right now. They do have 7 kills on the Wraith right now on Drowsy, so we don't know how many the others have, but still leaders, so that means her teammates can't have more than 7 right now.
Well, we're going to try and get a feed for Assassination here, because I think they're kind of contending for that second place, first place slot, but we will watch 301 at the conclusion of this game. See how they finish out this match on Kings Canyon. 25 minutes now left here as that sonar ping goes out there. You'll see a Bloodhound on the right-hand side. Sure enough, there is one as Drowsy just pushes hard onto it. Really, again, getting full value out of the auto fire on that Prowler, as you would kind of expect from a player of Drowsy's caliber. And they'll just keep pushing this Bloodhound, who really can't do anything but kind of just back up. Tries to stand their ground a little bit, does some good damage, but not enough damage to breach those red shields. And they'll go in for the close finish there with, I believe it was an R99.
R99 Prowler, like you said, all these teams focusing a lot more on close range battles than far away battles. So that full auto Prowler is really nasty at this stage, and 8 kills on Drowsy, so they are looking really good for this game. There is a solo, so it could be one of those games looking for that solo if that solo doesn't choose to fight.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that wraps out. Drowsy now dropping down, rotating through the heart of the canyon here. Stops actually, sees targets on the left-hand side. That is an Octane up there on the high ground. Good shots coming in on the top deck. Not enough to really put it down, but you see Gen ZY coming around the bottom side now, and they will finish off their target there, closing down only Magic. Goodbye. So I'll rotate back now through the center of the canyon once again, past all these ruined buildings.
Ooh, Gold Devo. That in Drowsy's hands, that's gonna be, someone's gonna be really unhappy. But actually, looks like Bengal are gonna be really low, but take one down herself. And there it is. The Devo come out. The blue shields don't even stand a chance. And there they go. Another squad down.
Yeah, it's a good job just basically using that Devo to hurt him there, Llama. Get him around the other side of the building so his teammate could come and finish him off. And now Drowsy getting more than happy to go on the aggression side here. And they're just going to push all the way out to the edge of the new ring. And maybe go all the way to the edge of the old ring as well, just searching for targets. They've definitely got the firepower to back up this kind of aggression now, all things considered.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they have really good shields too. Purple, purple, red. So 8 kill. Excuse me, sorry. 8 kills on them and 3 squads left. So they're in a good spot.
Ooh, there's some shots coming in. They found another squad. That Devo basically being tap fired right there to great effect there by Drowsy. Drowsy coming up on the high ground now. All that smoke not doing enough there as he pushes the double jump. Just gets some elevation there. I think looking to see if he could see a target. Does not see one immediately, so they will continue to push forward. Gen Z / Y or underscore Y now the leader here. Out comes the Wraith Telly, and we're gonna go just back to the big board here as they try and bring this one to a close. We'll keep an eye on it though.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe this is the new big board, if I'm correct. And we do have Assassin's Nation here, the hardest name to say out of all the teams. And them racing 301 is going to be very exciting in these last 20 minutes here. So we do have Assassin's Nation added in this bottom right slot. We still do have ATF in the top right, Fission Esports in the bottom left, and 301 in the top left. And it looks like Drowsy's still on that Devo. Probably gonna keep an eye on them, but also on everybody else at the same time. Oh, Assassin's Nation and 301 trying to chase each other, trying to take first place in this qualifier here.
Yeah, actually, Fission Esports is at 2 squads. Assassin Nation is at 3 squads, and then 301 there. I think's pushing their way towards just 2 squads left. With that Devo coming in and polishing off whoever they've run into up here on the high ground, and sure enough, they'll get it down. So 2 squads left for them as well. So really the end for all these teams, and it looks like out of all of them, Fission will be engaging first.
Yep.
Really good shots there coming out from Austin at range, living up to the promise that we've seen him put out, and double championships right there, simultaneous synchronicity between the 2 teams on the left-hand side there as both of them pick up their champions.
Very well done. We'll have to see how many kills they get, but both really, really well done. And it looks like we have no pings yet for the bottom right for Assassin's Nation here. But double championships, and here are the kills: 27 on the top and 20 in the bottom. So Fission not getting as much, but 301 another win, another 20+ kill game. So wow.
It is a very tight game here. 301 was sitting at 336, and Fission Esports was sitting at 335 before that match. So 301 will have widened that gap a little bit, I think, based on the numbers that we saw, but not by much. Assassin Nation, by the way, is at 346, and then ATF, the other team we have here on the screen, is at 333. So they are closing in there as well, and it's close stuff here. We'll see what they can do. ATF needs a good solid finish to this match where they only have 6 squads left, and then if Assassin Nation can actually just put in a decent performance here, they should push themselves a little bit farther into the lead. Only 20 minutes left now, so we're getting close, if not quite into last game territory, and big Mastiff shots coming out there on the bottom right hand side. Big chunky meaty Mastiff shots. Getting some knocks down as well, and they'll push straight through here. Will Assassin Nation trying to get one more kill, and they will clear up the championship, and we'll see how much they have on the kill total.
Very, very well done. We gotta see how much they have. It's a tight race between these top 3 teams, so all 3 taking championships, but one of those championships not as equal to the rest. I feel already 7 points behind is a little bit of ways behind, and 24 a little bit behind 301's win, so not totally catching up to them yet.
No, not totally catching up as well, and it's close stuff. Still, it was a pretty good score. I don't know if it'll be enough. I mean, with their previous point advantage, it might be enough to kind of push them still in that first place slot, but another game like that and another really solid game coming out of 301, and we could see a new leader here.
I understand that, and it's all going to depend. So queuing in now, I mean, 301 might have the best chance of getting another game in. I mean, obviously they're all basically queuing in at the same time, but every minute matters, and you can't really queue in at the end. So you really have to finish this game out really quick and try and queue in for another one to get those extra points.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's going to be kind of an extra point scenario. If one of these teams can just get even a quarter of a match completed here at the end, that might be enough for them to push forward and take that lead pole position, as it were. And you see a fight in the laboratory there on the bottom left-hand side, just kind of an early gunfight does go in favor of Fission Esports. Top left-hand corner 301, I think still looking for positive contact, some sort of joy here on that top left-hand side, because they really haven't seemed to have found anything so far.
And that's also what could also happen if in your last game you see nobody and it's a slow game. Maybe it's not even your fault. It could cost you, though. Push and really find a team here. And it looks like they're going to throw some grenades out and maybe find a team over in this area. And yep, there is firing, and one already down. So they did find their first targets here in this, maybe their last match, maybe their second to last match here.
Indeed. Pushing up with the wingman there is Drowsy, and he'll get some shots with it. Again, that wingman has been pretty popular. Unfortunately, their Bangalore player there struggling a little bit, has to get in and get some shields and healing up because they took a significant amount of damage. Still 2 white shields, though. 16 squads left in that game. And meanwhile, in the bottom left-hand corner, Fission Esports fragging out a bit here down in the lab. They think they've got a pretty good amount of kills, but even as I say that, their Wraith will get knocked. And Austin is forced to pop a shield battery here to keep his purple shields up and active.
And 301 looks like they took out that whole team, so both teams start now with an early squad wipe, and it's really tight. So this is almost synchronized. They had a synchronized win, so synchronized basically first squad kills, and looks like Assassin's Nation did drop back in already, so they are dropping in. It looks like they have an early fight also, which is going in their favor at this moment. R99 Eva, I believe, is what they are running at the current moment.
That's a weird setup, isn't it? You don't see that very often. Bottom left-hand corner, Fission taking some good shots here. Still fighting it out in this lab area, trying to get a knock. Will do so good job for them. And out comes the finisher there. We've seen that one before today. Oh, no, he's knocked mid-finish. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Fortunately, he's got his teammates there to back him up, and they will salvage that situation.
And like we said, they got in a fight, and at the exact same time, 301 gets in a fight. Looks like they clear them out. Maybe, oh yeah, they're still killing them. So they're really racing each other right now, really hard to take this first place spot. Looks like top right actually is the closest to our win. ATF, 3 squads left, falling a little bit short behind these other teams, and their win, I don't know if they could actually catch up to 301 or the other teams unless all of them slip up at this point, but a win would help a lot here to secure themselves a 3rd or 4th spot.
Yeah, I don't know that they have enough time, truth be told, to really push it through, but they definitely need to come out of this game with a win. It would be a huge bonus for them, and of course the placing below first place too matters for points, so that's something to keep in mind here as well. 301 meanwhile engaged in a long-range gun battle with that wingman. They have lost their Bangalore here, so they will need a res. Drowsy though is going to get aggressive and push up towards this high ground. Yep. Checks that room, doesn't see anything, goes back, doubles back, looking around. There's a death box there. He's going to stop and just use that really quick to get the blue shields out of it. Their shield situation still not that great here, Llama, for where they are in the match.
Not too great, but I mean, if they did kill that other team, then, or if they do kill this other team, they should get good shields, but they're getting poked out, and the Into the Void must be wasted to just zoom on out of there. I shouldn't say wasted, but used, and Wraith going to take some high ground here. We try and get some shots. Looks like one did go down from Hemlock shots in the feed, but Bangalore is low, and Bangalore goes down, but they trade 1 for 1. I think it is a 2v1 now. They should win this. Wingman shots hitting all over the place. Mastiff pulled out and blocked the door. Oh, he's got gold shields though.
Uh-oh. He's got to get that door open quick. That Mastiff though should be quite deadly. Not deadly enough.
Lucky. Got him. See that they had 2 teammates there. That gold shield healed right behind the door, and almost tragedy, but 301 in a good spot right now.
That was a solid finish, maybe a little bit rough, but still solid at the end. They did what they needed to do. Bottom right-hand corner, Assassination trying to close out their match. They have 8 squads left, 5 kills on the viewpoint here, and they've just lost their Wraith, though, so they'll have to go in and recover the banner, and that Lifeline drone there playing it big here as they get pushed by that Bloodhound, who really can't do anything to finish him off, and they'll take him down right there.
Yeah, and ATF at this point kind of on the struggle bus with already round 3 closing, and they just can't find the squad right now. So it's really, really hurting them. They need to find the squad and load into another game, or it could drop them a few slots.
Yeah, Assassination too. I think all these teams right now, the 2 on the left and Assassination, they all need to finish up these matches ASAP if they want to queue in for one more. They're just in that time frame where they could queue in, but I mean, all of them kind of in the mid game, transitioning to the end game, and they really need to bring the house down and just finish it.
Yeah, 100%. And they're actually at a ring here, so be a little bit of trouble in this bunker. Wraith will pour it out, so they shouldn't be terrible here, but a little bit of dangerous scenario, and they do have, a lot of these teams do have some good shields going into this mid game, but we see the Wraith, oh, they see 301 see some people, those long range master shots hitting for just a little bit here, and gonna push up on this lower building outside of bunker. And the other team's trying to run, but I think they're chasing them down. Wingman shots on the blue shield will drop a thermal behind him, and there's the one knock. Can't push that hard, but there is caustic gas blocking him out. I don't know where ring it. Oh, that was a good into the void right there to dodge the caustic in the ring.
That was a good into the void, and actually going to come up right through the enemy team there, just kind of chasing the edge of that ring, and hopefully they'll be able to clear this one out and queue back in. You did say when they kind of started that they were in the best position to do that, and I stand by that. I agree with you, Llama. We'll see what they can do. 3 squads left in their match. Reloading the Mastiff there, but stuck in the ring right now. Not exactly the place you want to be.
No, there could be another team keeping them outside of that or something like that, but they should be okay with that gold shield, doubling the syringe health that it gives you every time you use a syringe. So instead of giving you 25, it'll give you 50, which is be amazing. So and they will heal fully back up to their next fight.
Indeed, well, shots coming out there on the front hand side, on the bottom left hand corner for Fission. They'll finish off another squad, but they need to close it down. I think the ones that we need to be perhaps watching and worried. Oh, good finish from ATF there. They will get another championship, but maybe just a little too late for them to really stick in this. Yeah. They will get a chance to re-queue back into a map, though.
They'll get a chance to re-queue. I mean, obviously, placing in the top 4 or 5 will still give you really good qualifier points to probably punch your ticket enough to the $2,000 invitational. But like we said, you don't get that. You don't get the money from this qualifier, and you don't get the bragging rights in the top
and
3.
The seeding.
Yeah, exactly.
Seeding is critical for a lot of these teams because it will be a head-to-head format. I've been informed in that match. So seeding will matter, but really I think the team that I'm most concerned with right now is Assassination down there in the bottom right-hand corner. Still 8 squads left, and they've just got a teammate knocked here, and they might lose some more. This is a weird, kind of ugly fight. Good use of the lifeline drone there to actually get both the res and just some portable shielding. But the pressure coming on the backside, they got eliminated! Oh no! That is absolute disaster for Assassination. They have been neck and neck with 301 and getting eliminated there.
That hurts. Oh man, that's probably the end for them. I gotta say it. Wow.
That is actually disastrous. They need to re-queue in as quick as possible and try and get it in. 301 is ticking towards another first place finish here with a goodly amount of kills, and yeah, that might have just knocked Assassination out of any chance of getting first place here, and possibly any chance of getting second place as well, considering how well Fission Esports is doing, and they're about to close out a match in first place as well if they can just wrap this one up.
I don't know. It was a really weird fight, like you said. In those tunnel types of areas, it's really easy for people to sandwich you, and they just another one coming behind them, and that is just really, really sad to see. Everyone can feel that one. They felt it before, and in this high stakes of a tournament to happen right there, just that really hurts.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. And they're great players. Obviously, they're really spectacular players, and sometimes you just, the things just don't go your way. And I think that was a classic scenario there. They really just didn't finish off the team in front of them fast enough, which kind of brought around that backside pressure there, and there was not a lot they could do. Unfortunate, but they can still hold their own here, and they can still definitely punch their way into the invitational if they just keep it up. They need another good game here. If they can complete another good game in these next sort of 7 minutes with a little bit of time on the back end, that grace period, they'll do well, and they might be able to pull this one out.
I mean, the rest of their tournament too, they were doing so well, like you said. So it was just a little speed bump here at the end. They will place probably at least in the top 4, so
Yeah.
not too bad of a finish for them, but a pretty bad road bump and a championship in the bottom left with Fission Esports. So
Yeah.
see how much it is here.
25 kills in a first place. That's really solid and definitely what they need. And ATF, unfortunately, getting eliminated there kind of a little bit early, that is probably going to knock them out of top spot contention. They will, I think, get another chance to queue here, though. I mean, they were knocked out at 19. They have about 5 minutes left until the grace period when you really officially have to stop queuing. And out for blood on the bottom hand corner there is Assassination. You saw him drop down with that Mozambique and the punch there to finish off that Bloodhound, which was pretty nasty. But queuing back in on the bottom left as well, Fission Esports leaving no stone unturned. They're going to jump straight back into a match. And in the top left corner, 301, they're still looking to close this match out here. They need to do so just so they can get back in and get a few more points so they can make up any gap that existed between them and Assassination.
Yeah, like this game, it's going slow is their problem. So I think the other team rezzed outside a ring, so it should be a free win for them if they can finish it fast. But they were a few points ahead of, Fission Esports, but they have to make sure they finish this really fast because Fission is already queuing back in for their next one.
Yeah, and you can see 301 there just playing on the corner of that building, just looking for anything really at this stage as the rings continue to progress. They need to find this enemy team and finish them. This is wasting time. They have 5 minutes. If they want to queue back in and get anything at all, they're really running out here.
It looks like I think the Bangalore or the Pathfinder might have actually gotten one down. So I don't know where.
Oh, there we go. It was a solo. I think they got it.
Got it. And that'll be a championship. We'll have to see how close it was, because we'll see. We'll see here.
Those pesky solos.
Yeah, so I think they rezzed
22.
the Bangalore. 22. Okay. So
Not great, but
3 points.
not great, but not bad either, truth be told. So might be enough on the back of what happened with what just happened with Assassination. That might be enough, Llama, to push them into first place.
So right now, from my calculations, they're 3 points ahead from at least their last 2 games of Fission Esports. So it's all going to come down to this probably last Q game for them, and they get a drop pot. They gotta go, because I think Fission just wiped a squad and evened it out. So we'll have to see here.
Running out of time, 4 minutes left until we hit the mark where you can no longer queue, and then you get an additional 5-minute grace period on the back end of that to report your scores. So all sorts of pressure coming in here on these teams to try and just close this one out as efficiently as possible. We saw an absolute disaster just a few minutes ago coming out of Assassination that really set them back. So we're watching the rest of these teams with vim and vigor, trying to see what they can pull out of these last few minutes here. The Pathfinder Wraith Bangalore combo on the top left there coming out from 301, and a bad moment there for Fission Esports on the bottom left hand side. They get knocked out 17th with 3 kills. They'll get to queue in again, but certainly not what they would look for here.
No, definitely not. And 3 kills will even it out. So it is tied up right now between 301 and Fission. So it is literally going to come down to these last 8 minutes that we have here. And 301 has the jump on them too. So it was a bad drop to land in Gauntlet, and they get punished for it there.
Yeah, just kind of furiously updating the leaderboard here to try and see where everybody is, so we just get, you know, the fullest picture of what's happening here in these climatic final moments. But don't turn away, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we've got a thrilling finish here at the end of the Invitational. Really just trying to close it out. All of these teams in the hunt. This is a very close match. Good flying jump kick there on the bottom top, or the top left-hand side. 301 just going in for punchies to finish. So currently, Fission Esports is at 409. Assassination Esports is at 403. ATF, I think, has not yet reported their game. They're at 378, and 301 is also at 378. So I assume both those teams have yet to report their last match. Keep in mind, should point out, all scores here are subjective. And we'll be kind of reviewed before a final determination is made at the end of the day. And I love what 301 is doing up here in the top left-hand corner, just meleeing their way to victory here as we get the Wraith chasing the Wraith. Gonna give up on that. Still doesn't have much of a gun. They have that TAC 45, but they're out of bullets, and a Caustic comes up and polishes off the Wraith. And that is not good. That is not good, Llama. That is very not good.
Oh, that's not. They need to wipe now, I think, is the only something.
I don't think they wipe, because I think they have to rely on the Bangalore Filthy here to just get kills. Because if they wipe now, I don't think they're going to get a chance to re-queue before we hit the queue deadline. So really unfortunate here for 301, who have been doing so well and had the opportunity to kind of slide into the top space here, will not really manage to do so. Filthy coming up, getting a couple of shots in, has to get a finish there. Filthy getting pressed from both sides. Great turnaround, though, and gets the knock almost immediately.
Purple swap, and it looks like they're gonna res right there. So
yep,
very well done. Didn't choose to take the wipe. Maybe going off, actually. I thought they had 5 minutes, but
he is. He's just gonna end it.
Hey.
9 kills. That might be enough to push them through into first place and hold them there, or at least that's the gamble that they're taking there, rather than having Filthy try and run the rest of that out just on their solo. So we'll see what they can muster up here. Meanwhile, we're talking about this, but Assassination, with 5 minutes left, has 6 squads and 5 kills on the deck here for District, who it looks like they're trying to push through this one to conclusion. Austin down there in Fission Esports will just take the dive there as well, or end their run with 7 kills. And that really just leaves both ATF and Assassination trying to complete this. And I think Assassination might swoop back here with this game if they're lucky.
I think it's definitely 100% possible. Go back full screen on this Assassins Nation team, see if they can do it. I mean, it's going to be close. We know 301 does have enough points right now, at least on the scoreboard, to pass up Fission. So we don't know. We got to see if this team will take it over or not. But Assassins Nation pushing another team over here, 5 full squads. Will they have enough time to finish this out? We do not know. But they push another team with that full auto, or not that full auto prowler, just the regular burst prowler.
Oh, District can't finish off his kills, though. District getting up on the high ground here, just trying to establish a little bit of high ground dominance. I think they did manage to polish off that enemy, but it wasn't quick and it wasn't easy. Pushing forward now, trying to use that Evo and the Prowler, and they'll all just combine for those kills. Big firefight right there.
Yeah, and they're pushing hardcore, trying to push this last one in the squad, and 100% going all out. Purple body shield is already cracked off of him, and in only sevens on that pea shooter for the Eva, and finally takes him down there. But got 4 squads left. Have to try and finish this one really quick.
I mean, this is the problem, though, right? 4 squads left. They've got like just a few minutes to report this. And they have to take into consideration, I mean, if they do not report this game in time, right? Like, we talk about this grace period if it's 5 extra minutes of play, and that is kind of incorrect. It's not really 5 extra minutes of play. It's you're supposed to finish and report as close to the top of the hour as you can. Teams just push it, but I mean, it is always a gamble. And that's very much what this is, because they are going to have to end this game and report soon.
And what I'm noticing, there's they're not carrying any grenades either, so have to get into a fight and die or do something like that. And if, like you said, if they don't get this game in, is the risk worth it for maybe losing that third place spot because they don't get this game in?
I don't know. I mean, all we can do right now is just kind of watch and wait and see what they can muster. It's definitely not ideal, and they've got to find these 4 squads, but this is only the second ring, Llama. It's so big that if teams don't want to take the engage, they just don't want to take the engage. I think maybe they're rotating that strategy right now if it's just to go off the edge of the cliff. Now, 301 is sitting in the lead with 425 points. Fission Esports is at 420 in second place. Assassination has 403 as they just get into this really tight engagement here. The Evo coming out there, helping them get the knock, and they'll get somebody else here coming around the top as well. District taking some serious hits, trying to finish off this Wraith. There's another kill. District will go down. 7
Nice.
Trying to come up and help, but there's Bangalore Barrage there as well. They'll get those kills in, but they have to finish. They have to end the match.
So they're just going. I think they have 1 down. So they have 1 minute to end it.
They have to end this. They have to end the match.
Dropping everything.
They're running out of time. They're running out of time. What are we doing? Stopping and dropping. Just trying to get into the ring, I think, and die. And they might just sneak this one in. There, I mean, they are literally at the bitter end of this. You cannot get any closer to the limit, and this is right down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, the kill race is now a race to kill yourself with District here, who's just trying to get over the edge, because we are right on the limit. District jumps off.
Oh, man.
Get the finish there, and they are literally seconds to report that game, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get it in.
And that is a monster game as well.
I think that game would put them in first place.
It would put them in first place. I don't know if they're going to get that one in time, ladies and gentlemen. But, I mean, a crazy effort there on the backside by Assassination Esports to push themselves back up into that first place slot.
Yeah, oh my gosh. You don't know what's going through their mind, why they took that other fight. Like, after they had that one fight, they didn't really need to go and fight another team, but
yeah,
I
think that was the mistake. Honestly, they're past that time now. I don't think they're going to get that score in time. Tragedy there for Assassination, because that would have been a huge thing for them if they had been able to pull that one off.
Yeah, it's just you always think, oh, you got that extra 5 minutes, and you think it's that extra 5 minutes, but it's not worth the risk that they took. So I think they'll end up in third, and that game will not count, sadly.
Still, I mean, a third place finish is not terrible. It's not something to knock them, but they might be broadcasting on a delay. That's possible. They might be. There's a number of factors. We'll see. All submissions will be stamped. So I mean, we will know when people come in and come out. The scoreboard, if you see it right now, is functioning as if that game counted. That doesn't mean that it is. I don't want anybody like panicking. That just means that it's been reported. All scores are subject to review. It looked like it was beyond the limit to us. I think the only maybe possible thing that could change it would be if they were broadcasting on a delay. But we will know. The submission will be timestamped. Like, the submission will be timestamped. So if you're looking at the scoreboard right now, don't freak out. it'll all will be recovered and revealed. But that just about does it for us. So the top three, I think, no matter what happens here, the top three is going to look like Assassination Esports, 301 and Fission Esports, most likely with 301 and Fission leading there in first and second, and Assassination coming in a close third, trying to maybe gain that padding at the end there, and it just didn't bail out for them at the end, Llama. But that is what happens.
They would have been fine too if they just didn't take the last fight.
It was the last fight. It really was actually the last fight that put them over the edge there, all things considered. But, you know, it's intense. It's quick. Sometimes you want those extra kills. You really want to secure it. And that's, I guess, what they went for there. But, well, it's been an exciting day, Llama, no matter what. And we'll be getting a clearer picture later tonight or early tomorrow of what our top 16 will look for the final part, the final of this invitational, which will be next Sunday, the 26th, sponsored by 301 Gaming, $2,000 prize pool on the line. But a great day of Apex all around, another spectacular kill race here at the Console Gaming League. Really, all our players putting in such a performance, all-star stuff all around. Any final thoughts here before we wrap this one up, Llama?
Oh, just a great job to all the players, even if they didn't place where they really wanted to. Everything out there, and really good job to everyone. A big thanks to Skate, also in our production booth, and everyone else behind the scenes counting scores that you guys don't see, that they put in a lot of work to make this tournament possible.
They sure do, and a big thanks to all of them there for putting this together. And of course, our big thanks to our sponsor, 301 Gaming, for helping make this invitational possible. Couldn't do it without you guys. And a big thank you to all our participants, and a thank you to you, Llama, as well, for coming in and helping us commentate here for another exciting kill race. Well, for all of us here at the CGL, I think that'll about do it for today. Please do tune in next week and keep your eyes peeled to our Twitter and our Discords for all sorts of other exciting events coming your way from the Console Gaming League. But from all of us here, thank you for watching and stay safe.